Last time on Cinematic Epic.
And he's like gesturing you to get like really close.
Alright, well, I guess I'm getting up close and personal with the bartender here.
He gets to the point where like you can feel the percussion of his lips on your ear as he's like,
Ew.
Okay, so what you're gonna need to do is there's this church, right? It's in the city. It's called the Church of Wanting. All you've got to do is go to this one little confessional, and you gotta let the guy know that you don't know what you're wanting for, but your want is extreme. Okay, that's it. You just tell them that, and they'll kind of know what you're talking about.
Wait, which confession?
He holds like a page just like up to your face, and he's like, it's not the first one, but you go to it, look at the first one, okay, and then go 2 down. It's gonna be the third one, but always stop at the first one first. By the way, you smell like muffins.
Thank you. I try.
Out of the corner of your eye, though, you see Gabriel. And, you know you can't, like, wait in this moment too long. Would you look to Gabriel or continue towards Orlenna?
I am following Gabriel.
As you're following Gabriel, 2 mages' staves, like, cross in front of you, and then 2 mages present themselves. Lord Engwin wishes to speak to you. And he looks back across the vines that are still, like, blocking the streets and such. He wants to keep this matter away from the king's eyes, if possible.
Fine.
Thank you, Hedera. And they lead you off towards the Mages Guild. The mages bring you up, and Engwin stands before you.
Ah, yes, Lady Hedera. It is rare that my arcane barriers are breached.
And he gives a respectful nod.
Was that an accusation?
I am aware of those present in the audience who could have done such a thing, and there are few other than you who would be capable. And I mean this is no threat. I would rather the king not know than he find out, as spellcasters of our prestige are hard to come by and often are used more as tools by the rest of the world.
What exactly are you intending by bringing me up here?
I would like you to play along with a sort of dance, if you will. We are going to use a prisoner of the Mages Guild as a scapegoat for this issue at hand. You will help us, and any issues or blame the king would have will simply slip away.
Who is this prisoner?
I can make sure that you have a meeting with them if that would be so encouraged.
Yes, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course.
Something hits your ears. A very sweet sound. You hear, "Where's Breakspear? Where's the throat snatcher? Breakspear! Breakspear! Breakspear!" Oh! You make it out to the crowds, and people are immediately like running up to you, and like they've painted their throats red, and like they've got shirts that are like painted on that are like "Go for the throat," "Sand kicker," stuff like that. And they're immediately like coming up to you with like scrolls and pens and stuff like, "Can I have your autograph? Oh, Breakspear, can I have your autograph?"
I just kind of like, now that I've been recognized, I can't follow him stealthily, so I just put an X. I'm not 100% certain if I know how to read or write, so, or well, I can read some things. Sure. He starts, trying to pose with people, not exactly knowing what to do. He's never experienced anything like this, so he gets swept up in it.
You know what the best part about this whole arena was, though? It was the fact that you got to do this all on the arcane networks. Engwin was broadcasting this basically everywhere. These fights were seen by everyone. I wouldn't be surprised if people know the name Breakspear the land over. There you are. What honor was that? How dare you act like that?
What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I mean. He was trying to yield to you.
I'm sorry. I don't remember what you're talking about.
You're gonna make
talking-
light of what you did to Roscoe?
I didn't want to do that to him.
If I ever see you act that way again, I will no longer treat you as a warrior from the Hermit's Hollow. I will see you as a threat, a monster. As you leave, you're so close to the arena, there is a group of like kids, and they're playing with what looks like a little straw toy, but it's like a person size to them, and they're like whirling it around and then bringing it up and bringing it down on their knee, and they're like, "That's right, I'm Jin, breaker of bodies, crusher of heroes. Nuh-uh, you can't be Jin, I'm Jin." And they're like pushing each other and fighting dirty.
Not like this. Not like this. I'm running out of here.
As you're running, you see one of the boys that gets like pushed over, like hits hard on the ground and starts crying. And the kid that's standing is standing above him going like, "See, you can't be Jin, you're crying, you're Desmond." And then like kicks dirt at the kid. Desmond! Welcome, welcome. It has been a while since we have seen your faces and you have seen ours. We don't see you. That's creepy. But it's great to be back. We're very excited. Before we get too into it, I am Adam. I am the GM, and we're going to be guiding through a little bit of a story, some characters, some ups, some downs, some woes, some heartache. But to help set the scene and the drama, we need a little audio, and that audio comes from Tabletop Audio. Tabletop Audio is a great way to just up your role-playing experience with different sounds, from dungeons to starships, from battlefields to arenas. And it's just a really nice way to help add elements to your role-play, whether you're all at the same table or you're like us, where you're spread out and online. But there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the works. You know, we got that little recap going, lots of characters talking to each other, making threats, making new pacts, some doing dances or something. And then, of course, all of the newfound phantom of Breakspear. And, Jin, though he doesn't really like his fans, which I feel like is rude. But speaking of these heroes and these adventurers, we need to introduce our party for the evening. It's the same party every time, but we love them anyway. Hello and welcome.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
I was like,
The,
that's a really awkward introduction.
welcome back.
Up first in our introductions, we have none other than Orlenna. How are we doing today?
Doing well. Excited to be back. This is the only thing I have to do on Wednesday nights, so I was very lonely this past month. But anyway, my name's Alicia. I'm playing the character Orlenna. She's a quirky elf from a neighboring elven kingdom. She's about 5 foot 10 inches tall, with long, dark, shiny hair and bright purple eyes that she can see in the dark with. She's a support character, so she has arrows that she shoots from afar, because getting up close and personal is not her forte, but she'll do it if she has to. She also has an affinity for baking. All of her baked goods are imbued with magical properties, which has come in handy thus far. She's excited that we had our first successful work day, but she's also discovered that she needs to grow and expand her baking if she's going to get where she needs to go and accomplish her goals while also helping her current team. So hopefully she can find what she's looking for at the festival.
Yeah, she says she doesn't like melee combat. I believe still to this point she has the highest kill count, just stabbing people. One person in the heart. One person fell off a balcony, I think, or something. We'll see if the kill count rises. Mysterious.
It will.
But we have to move on to our next hero, who is Hedera. Hello, and how we doing?
Hello. Great to be back. I also kind of feel like a little rusty. Haven't been gone for so long. Did not remember everything that happened. So that recap was great. My name is Jasmine. I am playing Hedera. She is a forest nymph, the queen of the forest. She uses earth magic. She is about 6 feet tall, with red hair and green skin, and she's clothed in the foliage of the forest. She's kind of been through a lot in her past, so she is a little rough and ragged around the edges, but the more that she continues on this quest, and she's kind of growing, so to say, into finding herself again. So she's kind of reverting back to her younger, youthful, more beautiful dryad self, I guess, if you want to say that. Yeah. I think that's about it.
Yeah, and hey, whether you're rusty or not, it doesn't matter, because when in doubt, tree it out.
Right. Start throwing more trees out there. That's what I got to do.
I almost regret giving that advice, because I don't want more of my NPCs to die. Well, I guess the last one
hasn't died. He's still alive.
Exactly. They're just living a life as a plant or fungus, I guess.
Yeah. I have not killed anyone.
Autotroph.
That's all Orlenna.
True.
I'm pretty sure I'm the one that kept him alive.
But we've got more heroes to introduce, one of which he comes up on a little bit on the shorter side, almost handheld sometimes, as his fans love to chuck him into the sky, and that is Breakspear. How we doing?
Hi guys, my name is Ian. I'm going to be playing Breakspear this evening. Breakspear is a 4'5" Draklin from the city of Talmarin, which is across the desert wastes. He is a gruff, grimy, and sometimes ruthless little guy who will do whatever it takes to win. And he doesn't mind bending a few rules to get there. He has picked up his own new little notoriety, and he's enjoying it to the fullest so far.
Yeah, he's known the land over as giving the most terrifying and dangerous hickeys the world has ever seen. We do have our last party member to meet, and that is none other than the hero breaker, the back shatterer, Jin. How we doing?
Doing all right, you know. My honor is in a sad state. But hey y'all, my name is James, and tonight I'm playing Jin. He's a human from a distant community called Hermit's Hollow. He's 5'8", and he wears his hair in locks that are bound up on top of his head. He wears a vest with a hammer sigil on the chest that I think I might have taken it off last session. I don't remember. After all this sadness that happened, I'm pretty sure that's something that happened. I'm like, oh, I can't wear this right now. Oh, but he wears his arms and legs wrapped up in wraps, and right now he's trying to figure out what to do about his current situation. Wants to talk to his master, but gotta hunt down this head mage. It's a whole sadness right now.
Yeah, we take for granted our cell phones, you know. And when you're in a fantasy world and you don't just have that, you got to go find your nearest wizard. It'd be like if phone booths could just like get up and walk away. Could you imagine that? You're like, there's always one on the corner. Where'd it go? Oh, poor Jin. And to think, it was televised. It was broadcast to the world. Everyone saw. What is mercy? What is mercy indeed? But with that all said, we do have our full party here, introduced and ready to go, which means it is time for the session to begin. As the workday has begun, you've had a couple of different shifts as you're getting kind of used to the week to week as the festival has started to kick off. And basically, the way it works is you have a bunch of these little assignments that pop up, and they don't always need the full team, and so those end up being each member's day off. And you get to kind of do some things, independently, without the supervision of others. And so we'll have some fun with that as we get into it. Today, though, before your shifts, we do need to know what are some of the things the party would like to get up to. Is there anything that anyone would pursue individually before their shift begins?
How much time do we have?
Not the most amount of time. You wouldn't want to commit to something large, but you do have time to kind of dabble. As an example, in the past when you've worked on your poison and your muffins and things like that, you have about that much time, but it's not necessarily enough time to go search through the city for things.
Not enough time to search. Dang. I don't have to go
would
first.
I have enough time? Would I have enough time to try to go find the prisoner that the mage had, so that I could have that? He said I could meet him first. Is that
so? On that note, you have been able to get in contact with Engwin, and there were some delays, and he said he would reach out soon.
Fine.
Snake people, right?
Right. You know who I am.
Make sure you bring me with you when you go talk to Snake Man.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Man, I need to talk to you.
Well, okay. Do I have enough time to see if I can find someone from the tournament?
Probably not, as
Okay.
none of them have like they're not like if they were someone from like a security team potentially, but like since there's no like residence for them, most of them are visitors. You just kind of be going around like, hey, this person, have you seen them? Do you know where they are, where they live? I'm not crazy, and like let me know
That's
that.
fair. I'm not.
You don't have an Olympic Village?
Okay. Well, all right. If we only have enough time to like do things like around the house type things, I feel like since I still haven't perfected this extract that I love so much, I kind of want to see if we can make another test batch so I can test them on some coke.
Very fair.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do
Perfect.
that.
We can do that.
What about Breakspear and Gin? What are we doing?
Breakspear would probably end up cleaning up the bloody mess of the guy that he interrogated in the foyer. You know, kind of clean up that blood that got on the couch and on the floor and all that stuff.
I wouldn't clean
Fair,
it up.
fair.
I forgot about that.
Uh-uh.
You just said,
Nope, that was all. I wasn't doing it.
I
Nope.
forgot all about that. Just me gripping him.
So that
Yeah,
wouldn't take Breakspear too long. Is there anything else he'd look to do?
He'd probably go out and kind of either bask in the strange feeling of acceptance or go and find Indigo and the troop. Just kind of
That's what I was gonna say. You know, you want to go find Indigo. You ain't slick.
Shut up.
You know that's your little boo.
So the only thing I'd say about the second part is you do know that is going to be part of what you're doing for your job this evening. So you will kind of already be going there.
Okay.
But yeah, the first part, just enjoying fans. We can work with that.
And
Cool.
you know that's
And
how.
what about
that's
Jin?
how. I think Jin wants to. Something he's been doing a lot of training the body lately. So instead, I want to do some meditation on
Oh.
what happened in that fight, just to try to figure out what went wrong. You know.
Where would
Alright.
Jin meditate? Where is
Probably
his place of mental centering?
Well, he would look to find somewhere out in the open that would be somewhere to sit down that's not necessarily comfortable to sit down. Basically, like that makes sense.
So you're
Like,
punishing yourself.
Well, it's kind of like a you gotta. It's like a training thing. Like you gotta focus past the physical on the mental kind of deal.
Okay. In which case, when we
More
get
of
to
your slave training.
Jin, we will
Feels
go ahead and do a little dice roll for him. So that'll be easy. But let's you know what? I think we should start with little old Breakspear. So Breakspear,
Okay.
you know, you become Mr. Clean. You're down there. You're scrubbing the floors. It doesn't take you that long, especially since you have a taste for blood and you don't mind eating it up. Now that's a call for you if you want to do that or not. But we've all watched you do it, and you're able to clean up the mess pretty easily. It wasn't too bad, especially since a lot of the blood just got on the victim, before you know it, you're out on the streets, you're walking around, and you're going to kind of where the fans are, because you're like, in your immediate vicinity, it's not a whole lot of fans. It's a little bit of a private, more private area. And so you head out to go find some fans. And it doesn't take you long as you step out the gates to just start seeing tons of fans that they start like seeing you and they're like, oh, Breakspear. They're a little more organized now. It's like they're in line to like enter into the festival, so they're not necessarily all willing to just like leave spot in line as security's going over everybody, etc. That is when though one of the guards comes up to you and goes, Breakspear.
Yeah?
We looked into the matter of the household and the fact that you hadn't been getting your mail. Everything's been collected and dropped off at the Bardic College. They have a little bit of an overflow center, so that way, if you all are needing any of your mail, and trust me, there's a lot of fan mail. That's a place you could pick it all up.
Huh. Thanks. I guess I'll go there now. Got the time.
Have a good one, Breakspear. And he troops on.
See ya.
As Breakspear heads over to the Bardic College to check in on that, let's get a dice roll for Jin to see on a good high roll is that you find a good spot to meditate. A low roll will represent you being locked in indecision about where you should meditate. So let's get a roll for Jin.
Hey!
Nice.
Starting off good.
All right. Let's keep up that energy.
As
We'll see.
you kind of, you're not sure where you want to meditate. You've done your training for the morning, and you're kind of like going through this motion, and you're thinking through like, where can I find center? What is center? What's going on with me? These questions that are kind of racing through your head, and when you look up, all of a sudden you're at the arena, and it's kind of a ghost town, for lack of a better word. All the festivities are happening elsewhere. So you head in through the locker rooms, and while it's been cleaned, you can still feel the weight of all the heroes that were there. And you wander a little bit further past, and you find yourself in the dugout, and your hand just kind of like touches the arena floor, and you feel like this culminating energy kind of with it, inside you. This almost like flashback of like the vague things you remember having to like, dip into this something else, and you find yourself crawling up onto the arena, right on the edge of it, feet touching its sand, and close your eyes to meditate. Over with Orlenna and Hedera. Now that the kitchen table area isn't there's just blood on the floor that you're awkwardly having to walk around as you're using the oven and things like that. I gotta ask, would you stay in the house and use the non-magic oven, or would you search for one of the magical ones?
Do we know where the magical ovens are? That's the thing.
No,
Or do
you
we
know
have
of
to
one.
figure out where? Yeah, but that's at the bar, and I don't think we have enough time to go all the way up to the bar.
It would be cutting it a little closer for sure.
So I'd make it.
Yeah, you would have time, especially because like where you're going, and you don't have to like worry about going through lines and security. It's just hey, walk in, walk out.
The repeat of last time. This is exactly what happened last. He's like, so I can make it.
Yeah.
You
Right,
ran
and then
on
we only
off.
had time for the one, and then like we didn't get anything really done well enough. So
I made
magic
muffins. What
oven.
you talking about?
I know, but I mean, like we were still trying to like figure out the right formula, and you only had time for one batch, so it didn't really work out all that well.
That's okay.
You want to go check in with Frank?
I'll just
My
say
boy
hi to
Frank.
Frank in passing, and that's right in there.
Better give Frank one of the muffins.
I don't got nothing to
You
say
can,
to
you can
Frank.
crumble it up and throw it on there.
He ain't want my muffins, so he ain't get nothing. So yeah, okay. So work with Hedera, and then go make me a batch of muffins. Yes.
Perfect. So you're both heading down to the pop-up bar with the creepy, crazy oven, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What
Perfect.
about the
Creepy,
extract?
crazy, demonic.
I mean, we bring it with us. We'll kind of play with it while we
So
get
we
there.
got it. It's like legit.
It's
No.
like it's to the point where like you feel comfortable with it, but it just like the best way to describe it is like it kind of you were able to like subdue some people at the show, and you're kind of like getting it to a spot where it's ready to be something that you could just like put out like regularly, but it just feels like something's not quite clicking, but you're like super close to having it be this like repeatable entity.
Couldn't figure out what's missing, but okay.
And let's check back in with the old Breakspear. As you
He's so pleased. Just walking around
As,
town, just chest up.
exactly right. As the whole way, people are high-fiving you. People are like, "Oh, Breakspear, what's up?" And you make it to the Bardic College, and they see you, they let you in, and you get to the mailroom, and they were not kidding. You have you look at it, and you're almost like, how am I gonna get all of that back to the house? That's all right. And you grab this
Is it like a comically big sack of letters, and I'm just like carrying it on my back like a little peddler, and just like, all right, here we go.
Santa Claus.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a
Hey.
Santa Claus level sack that is, you're just like, whoop, like from the
Oh my
back.
God.
From the back, people would go like, huh, that's a walking bag.
I like to think he hefts the bag over his shoulder, but the bag is so big it's still on the ground when he's hefting it after he hefted it.
His tail
I
pops a little hole in it,
don't
letters just...
Approve of this. My tail would help me carry it. It's part of me. Thank you.
It's not a dig on you. It's just this is a big bag of mail. Is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to ask if this thing's taller than I am.
Oh, yes.
All four. Oh my God. Do you guys have like a cart or a wheelbarrow or something I can borrow? I promise I'll bring it back.
Miscellaneous roll. Let's see if they had one on hand.
Maybe.
Keep
Possible.
not
for
big enough.
justification.
I
It
hate
has a
middle
squeaky
of
wheel.
the road rolls. You will say yes. It's a simple request. You do have like a little wheelbarrow cart. It is slightly not your size, so you kind of like have to like lift it up like this, and you're peering over the top of it. But it it's better than nothing.
Cool. Great.
So you
Yep.
leave the Bardic College, and you're heading back to the house, I presume, with your haul.
Yeah, that's the haul for everybody. There's no packages, right? Like,
No packages.
I don't know. Jin didn't get a package. Hedera didn't get a package. Orlenna didn't get a package. I didn't get a package.
Yeah, there's no packages. Lots and lots of letters. There's like larger envelopes and things like that, but no like boxes.
Cool. Take it all back to the house then.
And you're walking back, and then you hear a whistle, like someone whistling, like a in your direction.
Did you just get
I-
catcalled?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me figure this out. I kind of put my end down, like kind of look around, see if I notice any faces that I know.
Yes, you do. There's a group of girls next to a bar, and they're like, "Oh, Breakspear, hi!"
Ew.
Hi.
Gross.
Oh, come here!
It's a trap.
Mhm.
What's up? Hi. Do I
We
know
just
you?
want your autograph, and they hold up little like autograph booklets.
Oh, we're not signed. Never mind.
Can I can do one or two now, but then I gotta go. But I can always come back.
You can't just do the three of us?
At the same time.
I have heard many stories about this, but I never believed it to be true. I don't have time for that. I gotta get home. Do you mind if we'll do this? How about this? I promised. What do you people call it? It's not a sandstorm check. A promise storm check. I'll come back.
What?
Help him out, y'all.
I I mean, it's just 3 autographs.
word?
Please, Breakspear.
You could have
All right,
signed
well,
it by
come
now.
here. Sign them real quick.
Make
and
sure they're
on
not
my
trying
way.
to sign like a contract or anything. Better read
I
it.
know,
make
you're
sure
married now.
I can't read. I'm just
Right.
putting an X.
You can read.
Oh God.
I can
This
read
man
some
tried to
things.
Sign his soul away to some devil.
One of them has
Right.
you sign like a little sheet. Another
Mhm.
one has you sign like a little poster of you, and the other one presents her throat and has you sign.
Yup.
Oh
on
my
her neck.
god.
Surprised we ain't
Oh.
signing titties out here.
Right?
I don't think. I sign all 3. And
So, what was the
Understand.
hardest match?
the last one,
Oh, Jesus.
Ricard.
What
and
made
I.
it so
But,
so much more difficult?
did you see the match?
Of course we did. But I just don't know anything about fighting, so I can't really tell what the difference is.
We can talk about this more in depth next time. I do have to get going. I'm so sorry. I only had enough time for the quick autographs. I gotta get going. Sorry, ladies. And I start trudging back to my little.
As okay, yeah. Oh, did you leave the cart and come over to them?
I wanted them to come to the cart. Did they come to the cart,
you
or did
just
I
said you
go to the cart?
trudge back to your cart. So that is the description of you having left the cart.
Oh no.
I thought he meant he trudged away with the cart. That's what I heard. But
Yeah, but that was not very clear, and that was not very clear on my part.
What? Pin me a picture here. How far? Like, would you have left the cart at all?
Not like more than 5 feet away.
But you would turn your back on the cart.
Oh no, he's planning something. Look at it. Look at that face.
I don't like
She
this
done-
already.
look what you
It's
done.
gone. You've just lost your cart.
All your mail gone.
Your mail
Hey,
gone.
better hope that none of your guys had mail either. But why am I talking to people in my own head?
So you would have left the cart a little bit.
Like, just like no more than 5 feet.
Okay. Let's roll a perception
no.
check for Breakspear.
no.
You will be at a little bit of a disadvantage here, as you know you are signing throats and all. Okay, Breakspear's got his wits about him. He's got his wits about him. While
I
you're
can
you're
smell a
finishing
trap.
you're finishing up the signing, and you're like they're like asking the questions about the fight and stuff. One of them goes, "Wait, is that kid stealing your cart?" And you turn back around, and there's a kid who's lifted it up over his shoulders and is like running down the road with your cart.
I start chasing him right away. And start yelling, "That's my cart!"
Breakspear! They yell after you.
Trap.
Muttering to
Breakspear's
myself.
legendary rivalry with children comes back into play.
I know. Always
Shut
have
up.
children.
Well, how is this kid picking up the whole cart? This thing's bigger than I am.
And
He's bigger than you are.
You're gaining on him really easily. He is a child, after all, pushing a cart, and you are a hero. He does turn down into an alley with the cart.
Do I know where that alley ends up? Or can I go around the alley?
You know that a lot of these alleys, like it's like a kind of a like building grid system where they all lead to like an area where they can like throw out their trash, and then a different area where the trash can be got without being just in plain view of the city.
I try following the kid running down, like parallel, streetwise, so I can see occasionally down the alley to where the kid is to see if I can get ahead of him and then cut him off.
Yeah, you absolutely could cut him off. Like I said, you are much faster than him.
Cool.
So
Cut him off.
You cut him off. Cutting him off would be in the alleys, though.
That's okay. I guess. I don't like this.
Cool.
But we gotta do it.
Perfect. You know what? I think it's the great time for a little sidebar.
For a
I
side-
knew it.
Ah!
Oh god, here we go.
You get down and you cut in front of the kid, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Breakspear. Here's your mailbag."
What did we learn?
That you're really fast.
So what does that mean for next time?
Pick a better distraction.
Be faster than the person you're trying to steal from. Now,
Oh,
I can't let you just get away unscathed. So, your arm or your leg?
arm. Because I guess I need to be faster.
I go up to the kid and I punch him in the arm. And then I take my cart back.
As you punch, we actually need a good old-fashioned roll-off.
Oh, God.
Because the hand blurs very quickly, and the disguise is lifted, and you are staring at Ricard. So let's see a little dice for you, and see a little dice for Ricard. Oh, it's a good roll. That's a good roll. Let's see one for Ricard. Oh, all right. We got something interesting. So, you kind of like go up to do a little bit of a like jab punch. You know, you weren't gonna punch the kid like super hard or anything. And as you get close enough, the illusion is lifted, and his hand comes up to like wrap around your wrist, and you're able to like pull your wrist away. But you do have to make a acrobatics or a reflex check to like keep your bearings, as you were not expected to be, within a foot of Ricard. So let's see, which would you like to do? Acrobatics or acrobatics? Perfect.
Acrobatics,
Let's
because I would get away and try and get like up.
All right. You're able to like start to scramble back. You are still within like the 2-foot radius, but like his first like attempt to like grab you has failed. What would you be looking to do in this scenario?
Ooh, I'd be trying to hit him with my tail, like take out, like just to kind of trip him up, so that way I can still grab like a handful, like either the bag itself, most likely the bag itself. But he's still gonna be able to outrun me like that.
Tick tock, tick tock. What are we doing?
Trip him and grab some of the mail and start running.
Perfect. So you're swinging your tail around. He is just going to try to grab that tail and then slam you down on the other side.
Great. Love it.
Oh!
What's that? Sorry, I'm not...
We love... Oh, a nat 20 versus a 22. Oh, you got to love the D30. That's so wonderful. So,
what happens?
You start to spin around, and your tail comes out. You can feel him start to grab it, and like he's gonna lift, and you're able to like pull your feet up enough to like turn yourself in the air. So instead of him slamming you down on like your head, you're able to land with your hands like touching the ground. But he currently is still holding your tail. What would you like to do from that point?
I would have to ask the question, if Ricard is a example of my skill, which is when rolling a d20 against a grudge character, that I'd be able to get a free action.
Makes sense enough to me.
I would like to attempt to use that free action to kind of spin myself, so that way he's not able to keep control of my tail, and I can try to use the spinning kind of momentum to use it as an attack with the tail again.
So you're saying, crikey, he's going
I'm
for a
essentially
death roll.
breakdancing. I'm going for a death roll.
All right, let's see Breakspear's attempt at a roll to get away from Ricard with this free action. Oh, that's not great. With that 5, it's not looking too good for the Breakspear. As Ricard, you feel something like click, like start to click around your tail, and you feel yourself like getting like more sluggish, and he like lets go of you after he like finishes putting it on.
I look at my tail to see what he put on me. Oh wait,
It looks almost like a pair of handcuffs in a way, but you can tell it's got some sort of like arcane dampening. And while you yourself don't actively use arcane, it is something that is fueled within you in your draconic lineage. And it just right now it feels like someone just put like 150-pound vest just like on top of you, and you feel like woozier, you feel tired, like you feel like you're like, I'm gonna punch the air. And then you punch the air like a second afterwards, as this like you feel like the dampening magic's like beginning to take more and more hold.
Are we on a hill? What is the shape of this alleyway?
No, you're in like a box, basically. Like basically there's alleyways to like a dumpster-esque area.
But it's flat ground, not like sloped or anything.
It is flat.
Okay. Darn. How far am I away from the streets again?
You would be I'd be willing to say somewhere around like the shortest route would be 60, 70 feet. The longer routes would be more like, 100. You are in like the collection area for like trash and stuff like that for like a little block area.
Is there anywhere that I can scale or climb to kind of get myself up above?
There are walls nearby, but the closest wall would be going through Ricard, and you would, especially with how you feel right now, know that making it the 10-15 feet away from him to one of the walls would not be an easy task.
I guess I kind of look at Ricard and be like, so, long time no see, bud. Changed your style since last time I saw you. Last time you fought me mano-a-mano in an arena. Or, well, mano-a-mano-a-mano. But now you're going for amps and alleyways. Man, that Aegeus really fucked you up, didn't he?
He is like looking at you, and he is walking towards you, and he is like now within his striking distance.
I'm waiting for that moment that he begins to do something and trying to anticipate. And, well, actually, might just... At this point, it might be just best to kind of barrel into his knee and try and use a fingernail to get into the kneecap, and then just try and roll like a drunken person.
Perfect. He is pulling out a scroll, and let's see a roll off for these actions. Breakspear is currently at a -5 with the contraption on his tail.
Even with my acrobatics roll, holy crap!
Imagine getting a nat 20 while you have a -5. That is disappointing. 2 nat 20s though in this encounter. Your dice really are trying for you. And let's see what Ricard does. Oh, a 14. Still not great for Ricard. Even with the 20 being slightly nullified with the -5, you're able to like get in past his guard, and like the scroll like doesn't activate, but you like as you get past it, there's like you can tell there like a spell went off behind you. You can't tell necessarily what it is. You get to his his knee, and you start to try to like pry like into his kneecap, like you were saying, but you just feel yourself like you're like you get there and you like shoulder into his knee, and you feel yourself like, oh my god, it took so much of my like attention and willpower to get there that you like lift your arms up to start, and you can tell his posture has changed and he's gonna be like punching down at your head.
I'm just gonna continue rolling and get the heck up out of there. I'd like to use an acrobatics, kind of roll away still, and just try and make towards that short distance.
All right, let's see it. Acrobatics with all his pluses, but still a -5, so a lot of that bonus is erased. 16 though, looking decent. And let's see what Ricard gets. A 3. My goodness. You're able to like slink by him, and you start to like climb the wall. But we need a roll to see how you get up the side of this little like alleyway, like wall chute.
Acrobatics.
Dice don't fail him now.
Ooh.
So even with the +4 from his acrobatics, that does mean it is only a 6. Give me a perception check for Breakspear.
A 6 or a
All
16?
Right. It's a 17 -5, so 12. You hear the ruffling of paper behind you as you're like climbing up this wall, and you're like in your head, you're like, all right, and I'll bound up this wall, and you're like, oh my goodness. But you hear the ruffling of a scroll behind you. What would you do?
Sometimes you just got to keep going even when you hear stuff. So I would just keep going as quickly as I could. I might try and swing myself up using my acrobatics, but that's about all that I can think of right now.
Perfect. Let's see a roll for Breakspear. At this point, there would not be an area to perform acrobatics, as you're kind of like on the middle of the wall. So it will be a climb check for you, and then we'll see what Ricard does. A 10. Oh, your dice, they're losing their oomph. They're getting tired, much like Breakspear. Let's see Ricard. Can he do better than a 3? Because that last few rolls haven't been... A 26. I think that will do. You feel this like gust of wind hit you from behind, and like these like flower petals start like coating like your arms and your legs, and you start feeling this like even slower as your like fingers and claws start to like give way on the wall, and you find yourself slipping back down to the ground, and your eyes get so heavy, and you feel yourself get lifted, and you're like looking at the wheelbarrow as the letters are picked up, you're put under them, and the letters are like laid down on top of you. And as you're like in this catatonic, sleepy state, you just feel the cart begin to roll down the alley. All right, let's go see how the rest of the party's doing.
No, I hate this.
Oh, it's my boy.
No.
He said, I hate this. Something bad happened.
Oh no.
No.
Adam's looking pleased.
So, Orlenna and Hedera, you're heading down to the pop-up bar, and you arrive. It's the normal. It's a little slow in this area, especially with people like funneling into the festival for the day. It's pretty par for the course. It's something you've seen, especially with the fact that a whole row of the houses is burned to ashes, and they have not been rebuilt yet. So you're able to make it over to the pop-up bar. As per usual, the first door opens. You walk in. Those doors close. The second doors open. And you are able to walk on inside. Hey! Orlenna, Hedera! What brings you guys in today?
Well, friend, I wanted to know if I could use that fantastic oven of yours.
Oh yeah. I mean, of course. Yeah. Sure.
Are you?
Are you all right?
Oh yeah. I. Well, up to my old ways.
What?
What's
But-
happened?
You seem a little. Are you okay? Are you sure?
Yeah. It's just drugs.
What do you mean your old ways? What? What?
Oh.
What's happening?
Just. Being me.
Something's happening.
The last few times we've been here, you've been pretty chill, but now you're a little
Yeah.
high strung. So I'm thinking something's wrong.
Yeah.
Nope. Everything's fine.
I want to take
Do
a
you
look
think
around the bar and see if there's something suspicious, like somebody
there
sketchy looking that's
is-
watching him.
No one in the bar.
No one?
In the bar.
It's completely
Nope.
empty.
Completely empty, other than you two and him.
Where is
Okay.
everyone? What happened?
Oh, business. It comes and it goes. Anyway,
if no one's in
the oven. I haven't cleaned it though.
Okay. First of all, the oven here. Can I run it hot to try to almost self clean the oven before I try to
Yeah, you
Like
could give it
burn
a shot
everything
for
else?
sure.
burn it
Atomize
off.
all the crud.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I get you.
Yeah.
So you want to go over to the oven and you want to turn it on.
Yeah.
And, is there a setting that you would look to do?
Well, I mean, originally, I guess just to clean it, I would just put it on the regular fire.
Okay. So
Just
you
to try
crank
to
it up to the
attempt to
regular
clean it.
fire, and it takes a little bit to start to get things moving, but once you're able to everything kind of softens up, chiseling and scooping and scraping out isn't too hard.
Yeah.
It is disgusting, but it's not too hard.
Sure, it's nothing I can't handle.
So what
But-
what would you do now?
For now, this time, just because I
Mhm.
need to get some things done, we're gonna put I'm gonna make some muffins on the regular fire setting. My goal is to put the glaze on half of them.
Okay.
That's my goal. But
Perfect.
since no one else is here, I feel like I'm gonna stand by it. But I want to talk to him at the same time because something's wrong. I don't trust it.
Cool. So you start the
Yes.
oven, and let's get a roll for how this batch plays out.
Do I still get 2?
Yes, there's still a +2 for that. Yes.
Hey, I'm gonna take that wherever I can get it. It's gonna help.
I just love how fast
yeah.
you jumped in like, oh, I was late.
You can't help
Right.
but feel like you're maybe a little overwatching the muffins, but you know that you kind of have to. But the batch is looking like it's coming out pretty decently, and yeah, while it's doing that, what would you like to do?
I'm still. I know he says it's okay, but
But he's not.
something's wrong. I don't know if it's the reason why the bar is empty or if he's upset because the bar is empty. And I need to know.
He's right now. He's
I'm
walking
gonna-
around. He's straightening up chairs and tables and things like that, and just doing kind of what looks like bar maintenance.
And the muffins are still in the oven.
Correct.
Hmm.
Okay. I don't want to forget them. That's my problem. Can he hear me from the oven or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to the man.
What is his name again?
Barkeep. We just call him Barkeep. That's what he likes. He didn't tell us a name.
Okay. It's just so odd. Barkeep?
He likes it.
Oh, hey, yeah. Oh, what's up?
Okay. I know that you say that everything is fine, but something has changed since the last time we've been in here.
Mm-mm.
I feel like you're hiding something from me.
Me? Hide something from you guys? No. Why would I do that? That's silly. Orlenna, your friend's silly.
I don't even need to use my aura sight to see that you're lying. Spill it.
Oh,
What's wrong?
I'm sorry. And the rain from like the blood, like the tree, the blood rain, all of a sudden just stops. And like the tree itself like withers, and like you see its like magic like break down, and like it just kind of like stops existing basically. And you both feel this like weight shift over you, and all ability to like all like outreach towards any sort of like arcane or magic feeling just slips away. You're looking in the oven and you just watch these muffins, like as they're rising, just like flatten out, as if like anything magic that was like in or around them just ceases. The very knobs on the oven itself that like glow with runes and magic almost turn off.
So we gotta go.
Do?
No.
What did you do?
Grab him. Let's go. Grab him. Let's go.
Okay. Grab him.
We gotta grab him and go. We're not staying here.
As you get to him, you like grab his like arm to like pull him. You realize like you can't even get him to like budge as you pull on him, and then you realize you are not looking at the barkeep. You are in fact looking at Ricard.
What the hell?
And his other arm is coming up to hit you in the face.
Nope. Oh no. Is this me? Who grabbed him?
It's me.
This would be Hedera.
Oh, duck.
Okay. I duck. Okay, I duck.
Better duck and roll.
Roll off!
Duck and roll.
Duck
Oh no.
I mean, what's your first reaction when someone's gonna you duck? You gotta duck something.
Okay,
Oh
duck.
no.
I don't know. People don't normally try to hit me.
This is not my element.
No!
Oh
No! How dare you?
And
You know who I am.
let's get a Constitution check for Hedera. She's not punched in the face while not having access to her magic very often. Let's see how she handles it.
no. Oh fuck.
Hedera is out cold. The sheer surprise and lack of her magical energy left her bewildered and unable to act, and she hits the ground hard. Orlenna, you are now standing behind the bar as Ricard looks over at you. He kneels down, and you see him put these weird-looking handcuffs, like, on Hedera.
Oh fuck me. Okay, but he's still crouching.
Yes, he's
Still crouching,
staring
but he's
at
looking
you.
at me.
Yeah.
Of course he is. Oh no. Do I even have time to... Oh, fuck me.
He stands up and he goes, "So what's your move?"
Of course he does. Oh god. I can't even get her out. Oh no, I don't want to leave her, but I have to.
Don't you dare leave me. Don't you leave me.
What am I supposed to... Oh fuck, I don't have what else to do. And I don't even think I have anything on me except for...
All right.
Crap.
Ricard
I
starts to
know!
reach into his jacket, like his like vest area, I guess, more
Is
than
he
jacket.
still looking at me while he's doing this?
Oh,
He's
yes,
not breaking
he's
eye contact.
Not breaking eye contact, even slightly.
You better have one of your daggers
what?
on you or something.
I mean,
And
there's
he
always
pulls
daggers,
out
but eye
a-
contact or not, I'm gonna have to try to... like, I'm still far away. I can try to shoot him from here. I don't care. Eye contact or not. I have to do something. I can't just stand here
Perfect.
with nothing.
He's throwing some throwing knives at you, and you are
okay. In my mind, I'm like, okay. There's the bar. Here's me. I'm down here, and then I'm trying to shoot and take.
So you're
cover.
gonna duck under the bar, pop up, and shoot. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Let's
I'm like,
let's see it.
I don't like this. I don't like it.
Oh man, I don't like this. Just hearing about it.
Oh,
That 20 was tantalizingly close. Oh, but a 4 from Ricard. Look at that. Oh. You're able to duck behind the bar, and like you hear the knives like clatter above you, and you're popping back up to try to take a shot, and he is like moving to close in.
There's only one way out of the bar.
Correct.
Like behind the bar.
Yeah.
Christ. Okay. So, I guess in my mind, I have to try to make my way that way, but I'm
Mhm.
not gonna stand.
Don't
I
you
guess
leave me.
I gotta try to like roll. What am I supposed to save you with? Oh, I have to like roll toward. Okay. I'm just trying to get to the end of the bar and like roll towards her.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure how else. Oh no.
Let's get a miscellaneous dice roll for you and Ricard to see who's kind of able to get, like, are you able to get out from behind the bar, or is he too quick? Yes, and we will start using Ricard's D30 here.
Shit.
Oh, how deliciously wonderful. You duck under the bar, you pop back up, you're moving towards the end of it, and you swear you just saw him, and he's like at the entrance to behind the bar already. And he steps like in line with you, like behind the bar, and he like comes out with like a palm, like a lunging palm towards you.
Does he make contact? Or
Well,
we're
that's
not
what
that
he's
far,
attempting
like,
to do.
yet?
He's lunging
Can
at
I-
you.
He's lunging at me. Well,
lunging.
is it possible for me to take? Okay, first of all, where did his knives land? Is there enough time for me to attempt to grab one and like, not necessarily like lunge at him, but he's coming at me.
Yeah. In Cinematic Epic, you're always welcome to try. Would you like to try grabbing one of his knives from the wall?
You know what? No, I'm grabbing my own because I feel like I'm not gonna be able to get that out of the wall. I don't trust it. I'm gonna
Perfect.
take my own. And basically, not necessarily try to like force, but use his force against him.
All right, let's see it.
I'm getting deja vu. Isn't that the first time?
Oh my
hi.
god.
Hell, yo.
What?
Oh, a 10 from both. He has to, like, mid-attack, like, cease coming all the way forward. You, like, hold the knife out, but it doesn't actually make contact with him. So, like, his hand is not, like, close enough to you to make contact. The knife isn't extended enough to make contact with him, but you're both very close. His other hand is coming up to, like, hook and latch what looks like a similar handcuff to the one you saw on Hedera on your front arm.
Oh god. And he's how? Like, what is he?
So, like, you're both kind of like in a mirrored stance, and so his left arm is coming up to try to grab your wrist that's facing him.
Okay. Hey, so would it be silly to try to roll again? Because I'm sure he's taller than me. Not by much, but...
Sure.
Because my first
You wanna
thought when he was
try to-
back there, I was like, can I, like, slide? But...
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see if your
trying
dodge
to get
roll
from
can
behind
beat
the bar.
Ricard's grabbing your wrist with this handcuff.
Just trying to get from behind that bar. I don't like it.
Uh-oh.
His dice just beat your dice up.
Oh, look at that. Imagine. Oh, he rolled a 7 on a D30, but a 3 is still beaten by it. You, like, begin to start your roll, but as you, like get past that shoulder point, you feel that your right arm just isn't coming with you, and you feel this handcuff, like, latch around you. And even though you already feel, like dampened with whatever magic he's done within the confines of the bar. The second this latches around your arm, it feels like there's just this weight, like 150-pound vest has just been put on you, and you feel drowsy, you feel tired, and you like slump down and are like laying on the ground with him like holding the other side of the handcuff and your arm effectively.
So I'm just down for the count, huh? Or am I out yet?
He's attempting to grab your other arm and put the handcuff fully on. You have a feeling that if that happens, it is Dunzo's.
Am I still knocked out?
Yes.
Have I woken up yet?
Ma'am. Okay. My only question is,
Wake up.
Do I still have the dagger, or did I drop it?
It would be in your hand that he is like kind of pseudo holding with the handcuff.
The one that he has. Okay. Crap. Okay. The only thing I can think of to do, the only thing I have left, besides arrows, is... Can I take... Okay. I feel like I'm using my last bit of strength here. I'm using my last bit here to try to take one of the arrows, because I don't know if the extract I still have is going to work, but I'm going to try. With the tip of the arrow.
You stab him with an arrow?
And I'm gonna try.
Perfect. Let's see it. With the handcuff on, you are at a -5 to your dice rolls.
Oh god.
So an 8 total versus Ricard's. 16. You pull the arrow out, you get it to the glaze, you can tell immediately that like the magical properties of the glaze is removed, it's not there, but you reach back to try to stab him with the arrow regardless, and you just feel him grab your wrist and like latch the other side of the handcuff to it, and the second both handcuffs are on you, you just feel yourself like, oh, and conk out. And let's check in with Jin.
Question, real quick.
Quick. Yeah.
The floor of the bar, is it dirt?
No, it was replaced. It is
what?
like a wood tile. It's easier to clean
it's
from
wood.
the blood.
But it's wood?
There is wood, yes.
So still an earthen material that I can connect with, even unconscious?
Yes, you would be normally if it wasn't for the fact that some sort of arcane ward is in effect that was able to even knock out the magics of like the oven and the glazes and things like that.
Okay, but remember, my magic was powerful enough to get through the barrier of the Archmage.
You're also knocked out and with sleepy handcuffs on.
Okay, but I'm still touching the earth, and that is where like my
we can take
magic out of the earth.
Let's do a miscellaneous roll to see if any sort of connection can be made. This is as at a -5, as that is what the handcuffs are doing.
Your inherent magic here. Damn.
Wow.
That's
but hey, you know what?
Thanks.
I like arguing
Thanks.
for your character. So you know, props. And now, without further ado, let's check in with Jin.
I tried.
Over here, having a good old time at the arena.
You're in the arena. You're meditating, and you're going through these actions. In fact, actually, you know what? Let's do a little bit of a sidebar here for Jin. You're going through the feelings of the arena, and you're kind of focused in on that voice you heard, and you know you go through thoughts of like it was my internal monologue. I was just talking to myself, but you keep coming back to this feeling that it really wasn't you talking. It was you, but it wasn't you. And so as you kind of find yourself going deeper and deeper into this meditative state, you like replay the fight to the best of your ability, and you remember that like Roscoe he had your number. He was faster than you, he was stronger than you, and you kept feeling like you just couldn't find your bearing. and you get to that moment where you heard that voice, and then you just can't remember things clearly. So you try to breathe deeper and find a better sense of center. And your calm and your meditative exercises are interrupted when you hear 2 footsteps just behind you. And you don't exactly know how you know, but you know exactly whose footsteps those are. You know that right now, Ricard is standing behind you. We can do this 2 ways, Jin. We can fight, but that risks the safety of your friends. I already have them all. Or you can put these on. And you hear the sound of something flying through the air, and it like lands to your right. This loud clanging metal as a pair of handcuffs like are lying next to you.
You have to take me for a fool to believe that you have all my friends already. I'll go, but I am gonna go pick the handcuffs up. So
He opens up a little like satchel thing on his like his waist, and he pulls out the silken robe of Breakspear. He pulls out the daggers of Orlenna, and he pulls like flowy, flowery leaves that like Hedera had, and he like drops them in a pile. So if you win this fight, Jin, they're gonna die in a hole. And the only thing you're gonna do if you lose is make this take longer.
feel like Jin's just thinking it over. Like, well, I don't know. It could really be that he has these things. It could be a trap. Like, is it better to fight now or, give himself up? But I feel like he can't bring himself to just lay down. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm gonna go pick up the handcuffs, but he gonna put it like on his belt, like.
He assumes a fighting position then.
So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jin's gonna, get in his stance.
He grabs, like from the same satchel that he was pulling stuff out, he pulls out a knife and throws it at you.
I want to. I'm just gonna try and dodge the knife and try to close in on him.
Let's see it. His dice versus yours, the ultimate showdown.
How it worked? Get your dumb ass out of the way. I will run you over.
Oh.
Oh, well,
Oh.
yeah, we're back. Are we okay?
Are we back?
I don't know.
There was no voice from God.
There is no.
So I think we're having some technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, it looks like here. We'll get a little reset going. No worries. But we do need. There we go. Back to the privacy of our sidebar. And we'll take it back from the top there with the dagger being thrown from Ricard at you. You looking to dodge said dagger being thrown at you. Let's see how the dice played out. Oh my goodness, your dice is
I just
small.
ran my dice. Oh man.
The knife slices just a tiny bit of your rib cage as you dodge, but you're able to dodge it for the most part. But roll me a perception check, Jin.
Hey, that thing is huge compared to my dice.
You are familiar with the knife, so it is not something that requires too much perception. It is one of Orlenna's knives that has just cut you. So I need you to roll a Constitution check as you feel the rush of her salve begin to take its hold.
Trolling me with this thing. These damn fucking potions and shit. God dang.
You go to continue the fight, and you're like, and Ricard begins to walk closer towards you while you're laughing a whole bunch, and he reaches and grabs the handcuffs on your belt. What would you like to attempt to do?
I'm gonna try and use all the swiftness and speed left in my body to try and handcuff this man with his own handcuffs. Just the hand that reaches out, I'm just gonna try to put the cuff on it real quick.
All right, let's see it. He's trying to grab the cuffs and cuffs you. You're trying to cuff him. It's a good old fashioned cuff off.
Cuff off. Oh! Come on, Dice. Why you doing me like this?
And at the slight disadvantage that you would be at is you're still you swipe down to try to grab it, but your hand just kind of misses the handcuff a little bit. He's able to pull it off the belt, and he's going to attempt to latch it on that front hand that reached down for it.
Okay, I just want to switch kick this man away from me. Just kicking, just
Let's see it. Oh, a good roll from Jin. We can't.
Oh, no! Come on, that's so bull.
That's what I'm talking about. You're with all of the seriousness that you can muster. You take a deep breath and you reach up and you kick, and you do make impact with him. He slides back a little bit. You slide back a little bit, and you are away from him. But you do realize that the cuff is on your arm, and you feel it it hits you. It feels like a weight that even with the weight training you've done before, it just feels like an internal weight. Your skeleton just weighs so much more. You feel access to arcane and magic and things like that slip away, even though it's not your predominant way. You also note that your mind feels a little quieter with the cuff on.
Interesting that you say that. Okay.
He does then approach you with the attempt to grab your other arm and put the cuff on. You're cuffed fully.
We're going through the same thing. This time I'll use the hand that's cuffed. I'm gonna try to cuff him with the cuff. We just cuff each other together. And there's this
between the Orlenna's poison still in and the one half of the cuff. You will be at a minus 6 for this. So let's see it. The Jin cuff off round 2.
I've never wanted a 20 so much in my life. Oh, come on!
Hey, you got a 20 just on the wrong dice.
Yeah.
And that other cuff gets latched onto you, and you, between the sillies and the giggles and these cuffs on you, you feel yourself would you like to attempt anything before you sleep off into sleepy dreamland?
I feel like there's nothing to do at this moment. Just saving it for the breakout, basically. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So you hear him gather up the items from the area and straighten up a little bit, and then you see him wheel over a little laundry basket kind of thing, and he picks you up and he puts you in the laundry basket and some towels over top you and pushes you out of the arena. You just feel yourself Ricky, as you are pushed along. And let's go back to the party. Have a little reunion tour. The four of you wake up in a little bit of a daze.
Hey,
Damn.
I'm not gonna say.
I'm sorry.
I was literally
not
just
even
about
gonna
to
say
be like,
anything yet.
did you get cuffed too? Did you get cuffed?
Not even gonna say anything
Man.
yet. I'll let Adam can finish his narration before I even say anything.
He's out here collecting us like Pokemon.
Man,
Right.
put me in a goddamn rocket basket, man. We'll be out
You
there like some
all.
clothes.
I apologize. You all wake up, and as you are like waking up, all of you are bound on chairs. The chairs are made out of metal. You are in a cement and tile room, and there is no windows. There are no windows in the room that you are in. Everything is very like cold. Everything is very rigid, and the cuffs are all around all of you, with your hands behind your back on the chairs, and then like your thighs tied down to the chair, like this way. Like they're looped around both thighs, kind of like your waist area to the seat of the chair. As you kind of are like coming to a little bit, and you kind of like naturally wiggle and wobble, you can tell that in some way, shape, or form, the chairs themselves are bolted or nailed, etc., to the ground.
Of course they are.
But the party, you are all able to talk to each other now. So right now, there's no one else in the room.
Okay. So I have a question. Hold on. Do these just make us sleepy, or do they? I don't know. Or does it have to do with magic specifically?
I think it drains our magic.
But
It definitely drains our spirit. Because even I don't use magic, but man, getting this thing on me makes me sleepy. I hate it.
I feel like
because
sleepy
Jin doesn't have magic either.
Yeah.
from the cuffs. 'Cause I don't know. Things feel. I feel like my brain feels good. Feels clear. I don't know. But
I feel fuzzy.
Orlenna, why? He cut me with one of your daggers. I was laughing the whole time we were fighting.
Oh.
Just.
Oh. I mean,
I didn't dodge it well enough. Oh,
I didn't give it to him, obviously.
I know it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I wanted to. I couldn't. He told me to come quietly, basically. He's like, "Oh, your friends will die."
But wait a minute.
I was like,
Okay, hold on. But you said you can think clearly. Is that a result of the extract, or
the cuffs?
I mean, I don't know, but and Jin's gonna start just like moving his legs around and stuff to see what he can do, like to try to like get up or anything.
You as you're like trying to like move and wiggle around, you immediately know that like while given enough time, you definitely could still get out of them. These are like hermit hollow, like it's a hermit hollow like binding style, so that it's like meant that like the way everything comes apart is by like you like wiggle out of one layer so that you can wiggle out of another layer, so and there's not like an easy just like friction break point. So it isn't unescapable. It just takes a lot of time.
I'll start
You hear what sounds like a metal door opening in the distance, and then a metal door closing.
How far? How far?
Use your special eyes.
I was gonna say
They weren't closed from now.
I need to look around. Try to look around. I need to try to look around.
So as you look around, the room is empty. It is there's nothing in the room save the 4 chairs, the 4 of you, the 4 ropes that are binding you, the 4 sets of handcuffs. The room, like at a glance, it's hard to like really see too far into it, but it does look like the walls, floor, and ceiling of the room have been magically reinforced to help make sure that even though they themselves are not natural, that piercing through them to reach what is, obviously on the other side, which is, you're still on the planet here, is that much more difficult, especially within the handcuffs. and another door closes.
I have a question.
I was gonna say I still can't see. I don't know. Okay. For
Adam.
Yeah.
I know what the ropes are made of at the Hermit's Hollow.
Do you know how to pick a lock?
You know, it's like a fur composite build. Like it's meant like the ropes themselves. Like you wouldn't want to like hold like a huge amount of weight. They're kind of like a stretchier band. So again, like they don't have like an easy break point, but it's all about the resistance and the delaying more than anything.
I feel like it's worth a try.
Yeah. It is.
What are we trying?
Breakspear would like to try and see if he can get like one of his fingernails into the mechanism of the lock to see if he can try and pick it.
So you fiddle around, and as you try to you're like, all right, that's where it is, and you try to put your fingernail into it. You feel like this weird like dunk, rather than like the slender nail that you would expect near a keyhole. Orlenna, based on the sound, you can kind of like look back and see, and he has little finger coverings on each of his fingertips.
Oh my gosh.
How
can you not feel those?
Thought of everything.
Oh.
And the door to the room opens. And again, you are all confronted with the visual of Ricard.
Of course we are. This fucker here.
Well. If it isn't Mr. Dick.
Amusing.
I had to resort to these
let us all
to beat us. Couldn't fight us actually an individual on his own.
None of these were meant for you. In fact, all of these were meant for the Thespians.
Well,
but I guess I'm going to have to get more information out of them. More information about them from you. So who wants to talk about the Thespians?
We don't know anything about the Thespians.
You know, I was thinking we'd start with talking about Aegeus. Again, after he, pummeled your face in last time. What do you think? Do you think he... Aegis? Do you think he, You think Aegis works out every day, or do you think he's just bored when he comes to fights like you?
Oh.
This is an amusing attempt to, provoke hostile natures from me?
Oh, are you not already hostile? This is not hostile?
I thought we were well past hostile. I figure we're at the points where we're getting closer to like best friends where we talk and joke about things.
I don't need all of you alive. I need to know about the Thespians.
What about them? What is it you're asking about?
What's their plan?
They're
what
a theater troupe.
Plan?
They act. What are you talking about?
What do you think their plan is?
You can't be serious.
You can't be serious. What, you have this thing against actors?
What do
their
you
show wasn't
think
that bad?
Because I don't.
He looks more intensely at Jin. You know why people like me get sent to cities like this. We don't get sent randomly. We get sent with a purpose. We're the monsters who slay monsters. You once wanted to be one of us, if I'm not mistaken, Jin.
Did his master send him here? And that's why he said don't mess with him?
It certainly seems like it.
Does this sound right to me?
Yeah, none of it sounds like off for the hollow. So, Jen, why are you
Oh,
helping the
man.
Thespians?
Helping them what?
I don't
They,
know.
we don't know what they're. What do you mean? What are they
They're
trying to
putting
do?
on
We're
a
just
show
doing
for the festival.
our job.
So it's just convenient then that the four of you are helping those monsters.
Monsters how? Their show's not that terrible.
It's not
What do
their
you
show.
think they're? What do you think they're planning? Because
What are they?
again, we just got hired to help protect them. We don't know anything else. So what do you
We were
think
only
they're
told
here
to
to do?
protect them from
You've
you.
been jumping
so-
through hoops. No. And he like clearly is going through like you can see his thoughts are racing as he's like looking back at things.
We take our job very seriously.
We were told to protect them from you because you've been coming after them this whole time, trying to
So
sabotage
that's what we've
them.
been doing.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be stopped.
Stop
The
what? Doing
necklace
what?
that Okram wears, it harnesses the attention of bards. As he's witnessed, as he's watched, it grows a sort of pool of energy. I haven't been able to discern what they're using it for, but it's never at the same amount. It seems to get reset. And I haven't encountered too many groups that go from place to place, harvesting energy of any kind that's ever been for good.
And what have
Oh.
you
You
done
didn't say
that's good?
harvesting energy the first time, but
We're here for
Are you
from
the
the
good
hollow
guy then? Is that what you're saying?
at the master's word. You should have something to prove that, shouldn't you?
They don't give permission slips for Black Ops, Jin.
that was a dig. So we don't know what they're doing. They're just trying to figure it out.
He begins like pacing like back and forth, and he's like hands on his head, and again you can tell he's like going through some sort of like internal monologue or thought.
We didn't meet them until we were hired to protect them. We don't know anything else about them.
We only encountered them when we were chasing you.
Which we only were doing because you came at us first.
Exactly.
Also,
I
because
came at you first. No,
caught him
you
almost
threw
killing.
out my whole plan in the bar. It wasn't supposed to be you four. You're trying to make it sound as if... No.
Who is it supposed to be?
Well, let's start here. From our
It was-
perspective, we went to the bar because we got a tip. Who gave
We're
us the
sent
tip?
to the bar.
Who gave you the
Our
tip?
manager, son. Our manager.
Our manager, who said he heard it
Because
from
we were
someone else.
from a source to go to the bar and stop somebody from raising some ruckus.
Yes.
We get there, you're there, everybody in the bar is being awkward and suspicious. You end up kicking, well, actually, yeah, you kind of kicked Jin in the head when he was chasing you.
Mhm.
And then
So yes, you
we got
back to
promoted.
That's a well-orchestrated story. But that trap of mine was for the Thespian security team. They were supposed to arrive so I could do this very thing, but with them. And then you all show up out of nowhere, and you came into the very trap I had laid, and you knew something was up. You came with a purpose, and then not a week later, you're working for the Thespians? No, I'm not going to believe some story from you.
Listen. If what you say is true, and the Thespians are up to no good, we know that Okram can transform himself to look like other people. So if they were on to what you're doing, he could have transformed and sent us to go investigate in the first place.
But why would he send you and not his own security team? Why did you replace them?
They weren't doing their job.
Because
We were told
didn't you pay
they got
Boomy
fired.
Zoomy? Didn't you pay off Boomy Zoomy?
No, I never was able to get close enough. But the trap that was supposed to be my moment to interact with them was ruined, foiled by you.
No, not we. We were sent. We were sent there.
So you didn't pay Boomy Zoomy to turn in his own security team, which is the reason why they didn't show up. And we were able to take... You remember how Well, when you attempted to have them on the stage, you remember that night? You had them bound and gagged on the stage. What do you mean, what am I talking about? When you had the
He's talking about
Thespians...
security.
If I had the Thespians and the contraptions that are on you now, my mission would be complete.
Then who had the Thespians on the stage? That
You
night
mean
that we thought
that's your little promotion charade? I saw it in the papers. Your group bests me and saves the Thespians, and then you're miraculously appointed their security detail, where my name is dragged through the mud, and the connections I had worked hard in this city are damaged or ruined.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to lie better than that.
Because you were there. Or at least somebody looking like you.
See what I'm saying? As I'm sitting here tied up, this is what I'm saying! It was him!
What are you talking about, Jen?
Why were we there that night? Who sent us to the stage? We got another tip, didn't we?
That was Boomy Zoomy. He said that something was going to happen.
That was Boomy Zoomy's group.
Yeah. He said that they were all going to get what they deserved.
Paid off.
Because he said that they were all going to get what they deserved.
Yeah.
And we were
Somebody
sent there
paid Boomy Zoomy off. And we got sent in to stop him, which is how we got to be the Thespian security team.
What I'm saying.
And if that wasn't you, I gesture towards Ricard.
Someone who could transform did it. I'm telling you.
But he was on the stage with them.
Ricard, while all of this is happening, Ricard does come over to Jin and reset the bindings to their natural position, so that way any wiggling is like time-wise been reset.
Stop that!
Okay.
Let me out!
Okay. We were sent to the bar because someone said that they thought that something bad was gonna happen. That's when we first met you. Can't do that with my hands. My hands aren't there.
You just do it with your shoulders.
So we didn't replace their security until after that, because they started not showing up to where they were supposed to go. Apparently they were sent to the wrong places and then they got fired. That's what we talked to them. That's what they told us.
That's what Dawn and Russ said.
The old security.
Members of the old security team.
This is all literally wrong place, wrong time. Or they're targeting us, and I don't know why.
Somebody had to have pretended to
Or
be
they
Ricard
think-
if that wasn't really him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we thought that
That's what
you
I'm
had
saying.
hired or paid off Boomy Zoomy to screw over the rest of the security team.
No, I hadn't been able to get that close to them, and unlike all of you, the Thespians don't split up. Or if they do, if they are alone, it's the King's Guard, Aegis, or Neophytos with them. Or it's a group of them in their security detail.
Does
You
the
should help
king
me
just
take them
really
down.
like him, or is he working with
Wait,
the king at this
I-
point?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
How do we know you're telling the truth?
Well, wait. Was that
This
you
whole
at the
time we've
arena?
been chasing you.
I'm sorry, who first?
There's a lot of
Jin
things happening.
Jin and Hedera both ask questions at the same time.
Go with Jin.
Okay.
Was that really you at the arena fighting?
Yeah. And had you not had that intervention happen, I was going to try to kill you, Jin. I won't lie. And he looks over at Hedera. What did you say?
We've been chasing you this entire time because we believed you to be the villain. Because you were always at the center of everything bad that happened since we got here. How do we know that you're telling the truth this time?
Don't believe it's been orchestrated that you can. However, there is a chance. I don't know if I can use the connection anymore, but there's a place that you can get answers from here in the city. I'm sure you've heard of it.
The Church of Wanting.
Yes. As a first show of faith that I'm not your enemy, I'm going to let you go. And he starts to back up and step out of the room. He undoes the first of the doors and opens it. You can check my story. And when you do, you'll know that I'm hunting monsters.
How would that confirm your story?
You haven't been to the Church of Wanting yet, then.
Oh.
You'll know. And he walks out, and then he undoes another door, and then he undoes another door, and you can see into the bar area room of what looks like the where you met Dawn and Russ and them. And as you see Ricard leave,
Hey!
the incompletely, the handcuffs around you go click, and they fall off, and the rope bindings become really loose, and the arcane runes on the wall fade.
Hey, you!
Got a question. Wait.
I start trying to get everything off and try and shuffle after him.
Yeah, I'm going to.
By the time you you scamper down the hallway, and as you look, you're the first door you go through, it just is this weird little hallway thing. The second door you go through, it's just this weird little hallway thing, and as you go through the final door, you're just all of a sudden kind of in the storage room of the Amber's Ale, and you turn around briefly and you can't see the doorway at all. Would you continue?
Continue where?
Well, none of the rest of them are with me at this moment, right?
I was coming with you.
Jin
No,
is
he just
Jin.
took
You have
off.
the same experience.
So, I can't believe I'm gonna say this.
So are you
Do you
two
think-
following?
Owen.
As you race through the bar and you get out the front door, you know it's the classic. You turn your right, you turn left, and he's just gone.
We can at least leave the room because it's a creepy room.
Yes. I need some sunlight anyway. I feel drained.
And so the
This
two of you,
puff's really drained me.
you two
Is
shuffle
that
out
bad?
of
I'm
the.
like, does the bar have an oven?
Are we still in the Ambervale? We're in the Ambervale, yeah.
Yes, you're in
It
the
seems like
Ambervale.
Yeah.
Well, so and again, because there was a little confusion. The Ambervale is the one down in like the little crossroads area, not
Yeah.
the
Yeah, city proper,
Right,
yeah.
I got it this time.
And so you guys file out of that, and like you exit the bar, and you can tell by the time of day that you are dangerously close to your shift, and still need to make it all the way back to the city.
So we gotta start.
Is there still sunlight out?
Yes, there is still something in that.
Okay.
But it is.
Look,
Hedera just needs to recharge. She's feeling very
A
weakened.
little moment.
Yeah.
We have. At this
We-
point, I feel like we have no choice but to start to head back.
we gotta get back.
maximum overdrive.
Even if
yeah.
whatever Ricard said is true, we need
We
to
have-
figure out something about this group.
Even if what you said is true, we have to at least play the. We have to still play our part,
And
Yeah.
I think
as if nothing's wrong.
I need to talk to Master Hammer. He's the only one I can trust in this situation. I feel like everyone I love has betrayed me.
But if he's the one that sent him, can you trust him either? He wouldn't even
If
tell
Master Hammer sent him, then I will believe Ricard.
blind.
This is just yes.
How far are we from the city? Would we get there in time by walking?
You're
We're
gonna
walking
get there
at the
in
same
time,
time.
basically, to like get back to like your residence, make yourself look less like disheveled and like ready for your shift, and then go straight to work.
Okay. So I am going to
Sounds like real life.
like call for help from the forest and
Mhm.
like the pack of wolves that we met with, that when Jin and I followed me in, come out to help us get into town faster, to give us rides.
All right, you know what? Let's get a roll for that.
Yeah.
Riding the wolves.
No,
Dang.
Nope.
that thing
Nope.
is too big.
So we
Uh,
are.
The adjacency of the forest, and the wolf pack does come out. In especially since you only need 4, and realistically, a pup could probably carry Breakspear.
Hey,
Dang.
The wolves come up and they're and they like yield their like shoulder back area.
Come on.
So we climbing on and heading out.
Yep. So
I don't like this. This is
I'm
You
weird.
gotta like it. You
on
gotta
the
like it,
wolf,
you just gotta do
Breakspear.
it. You don't gotta like it. You just gotta do it.
I
Um,
I can't just like
him up.
The
Dang!
one of the wolves like looks at you, Hedera, and in its native dialect, which you of course understand, does say it can carry Breakspear like a pup if it needed.
Damn.
Yes, go ahead. I kind of like.
Woo!
Awesome.
The wolf walks over to you,
There.
Breakspear, and begins to like bite the nape of your neck.
Yep.
no. I do an acrobatics check to like roll away and like try and get on top of it and like hold its head. Like
He's
if
bigger
we're
than
doing
you,
this,
bro.
I know he
Do
is.
not
I don't
hurt
like it.
my
It's-
wolf.
It doesn't like react negatively to this. It does look at Hedera like, what?
I'm gonna just
Do
start
not
running.
hurt my wolf. Just
I'm just gonna start running on foot.
be still and just. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna pass you.
And the party does begin to move via being of the wolves. One wolf is just trotting next to Jin, as the rest of the wolf pack begins to gain
ahead.
distance on Jin.
Oh god dang it. Oh,
I don't
I'm just gonna like
like this at all.
just kind
This
of
is
jump on
so
while running.
weird.
So the party is able to make it back a little faster than they were originally expecting. And what would they like to? Is there any like things we would like to do?
What are you doing
With this
my
little
workers?
extra time? The wolves can only take you to like the gatehouse. The guards are like, I'm really sorry, Hedera, but
They're like, nah.
please.
It's fine.
big
It's
wolves.
fine.
Oh,
And I
thank
like
goodness.
gesture for them and talk, thank them for their help, and send them back on their way home.
They said no pets allowed.
No pets allowed.
I think gotta talk about what happened. That's what we gotta do with our extra time.
You're not even there yet. You still trying to catch up.
I got on the back. I got on there.
So the party does make it back to the residence. And
What do you think?
so
Do you believe him? Do you trust him?
I'm not sure.
Who's
I
that
can't
to?
say I don't. I can't say I do. I'm not sure yet.
I wish we should have had you. You should have looked at him with your special eyes.
There was no magic.
Oh yeah, that's
It
right.
blocked
we
my
were all
magic.
trained.
Couldn't
We couldn't do
do
anything.
nothing.
All right, hold on.
So, 3 of you
Not
need to
how
get ready
magic
for
works,
work,
then.
and 1 of you
Yeah.
gets to do whatever they would like. Who is going to be the person with the opportunity to go to the Church of Wanting? Only 1 of you can go. 3 must go to work.
I vote for Orlenna.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I will go, but listen, can't believe I'm gonna say this, but since we're trying to find out information about Ricard, do you think it may be a good idea? Disagree with me. Do you think it may be a good idea to send Jin, since he's familiar with? They're from the same place. He might.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
don't
that's actually a
know.
fair point. You're gonna have to tell him how,
Check.
like, the proper way of addressing in the Church of Wanting.
If Jin doesn't feel comfortable going, he doesn't have to. It's just a suggestion.
Will you be
It
able to
might-
follow the right protocol?
I know.
Because there's a method,
You know
Jin,
what?
that you're going to have to remember.
If you don't think,
It
look,
might
okay.
be.
If you don't think you can do it, it's fine. But is there anything, if I were to go, that you would think would be a red flag pertaining to
About-
that situation?
Well,
Ricard.
what do I? Well, hold on. What do I remember from? Because you said I wanted to be. I wanted to do what he does. So what do I remember? Master Hammer telling me about, like
The Black Ops.
they do. Yeah.
He just said stay away from
So,
me.
you know that
Okay.
there's no, like, while there isn't, like, a massive paper trail, everything does have to be signed off by Master Hammer. So it is something that can be confirmed by him or potentially by documents. So it would be something along the lines of, like, what you know of, like, his signature, like what runes would be, like, issued, like, on a scroll, things like that. And then you would know that at one point or another, and it wouldn't be something he would have had on him anymore, but like while still at the Hollow, they would have been given almost an item of tracking, so something that is like connected to the target of the hunt when the Black Ops agent is kind of like let loose. And so any one of those kind of things would be enough to kind of steer you in a more confident direction.
I tell them everything you just said.
Okay. 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 I can go.
That's what
Okay.
I remember exactly as I remembered it.
No.
So just to clarify, we've got Breakspear, Jin, and Hedera preparing to go to work. Orlenna, you are going to head off to the Church of Wanting, correct?
Correct.
All right. The party does prepare for their little journey, and they head off into two separate directions for once, semi on purpose. And with that, I think we're going to take a little bit of a 5-minute break.
On purpose.
Right.
All right.
Somewhat
So
on purpose.
we will be right back after a short break. We'll see you on the other side.
All right.
Oh, some intrigue, some twists, some turns. Who done it? Who can we trust? We don't really know, but we are going to find out some things, hopefully. Some things that we want to know, because we've got a party member, Orlenna, heading to the Church of Wanting. This mysterious place that has been whispered about by a few different entities as a place where you can find out things that you want to know. The rest of the party gets to go do some, their day job. Just check it in, and we're going to have some fun with it all. And let's see how the party handles everything as we get back into the action. All right, so we've got Hedera, Breakspear, and Jin heading off to work. We've got Orlenna heading to the Church of Wanting. We'll start with the Hedera, Jin, and Breakspear. So you all head over to the Thespians estate area, and excuse me, sorry. And you head over to the Thespians estate area, where you're going to kind of get like your assignments and things like that. It's not the first time that you've had to do this. It's usually meet and greets. You'll go to different markets or things like that. So as you get there, the captain of the guards in that area comes up to you and goes, "Oh, good, you're here." So pretty straightforward today. We're going to be heading over to one of the hospitals to check on some of the struggling youths, and then we are going to go to a signing of Indigo's one-person play. So at that point, the three of you will go with her, and we'll take the rest of the Thespians to their next destination. Sound good?
Sounds good. Righty.
Perfect. Awesome. They'll be down and ready here in just a bit. We're gonna do the last of our checks before we head out, heroes. And he goes off and starts telling guards to do different things and check different things, and people are getting itineraries, yada yada yada. That's when Okram comes out the front door of the estate. Oh, hello everyone. How are we doing?
Just peachy, Okram. How you doing?
Friends, something seems a little off. Are you troubled?
It's just been a long day. We're a little exhausted.
Our mail got stolen, which kind of stinks.
That is ridiculous. Yeah. We're going to have to hire a security detail for our security detail.
Or at least for our mail.
That's what. At least for our mail.
Where I go, I have a bunch of kids reminding me of my honorable moment of my life.
Oh, yes. What is mercy? I've heard that said around the town. Oh, don't worry about them. Hecklers and naysayers, and they're always around. Trust me, before this whole show took off and I became the bard that you know today, things were much, much different for me.
How exactly did you become the bard that you are today?
Hard work, a whole lot of just really digging into my craft, understanding the true nature of bardic magic, and seeing past the limitations of just silly songs and lutes and spoken word. There's so much more to it. I'm sure you have that feeling of your own nature magic. I'm sure people expect you to interact with nature in this droll and standard way, but there's so much I can imagine you can do, Hedera.
Yes, there is actually, and that's why I'm actually very fascinated by your bardic magic. What all does it entail?
Poor unfortunate.
Could you clarify that for me?
What sort of, how does your bardic magic work, so to speak? What all can you, what do you draw from?
It's not pulled from the arcane, though there is an element to it, as there is in all magic in some degree, but it's pulled from the enthusiasm. It's pulled from the witness. It's pulled from the audience. It's pulled from yourself. It's a magic that feasts on its environment.
So it's almost like a collection of energy, is it? Would you say?
Yes. Yeah. You could put it that way.
Interesting. That's so fascinating because I've never really had much interaction with other outside magics from other than the forest, and I'm rather interested in learning more about the different kinds.
I would be more than happy to have a more lengthy discussion with you.
I would love that. Maybe we could chat sometime when you have some free time.
Of course.
I don't see what's so fascinating about it. You just you're out there just doing some stuff, and I don't understand how it even works. It's just, and then there, I don't know, you're like pointing at the ground, and then a tree comes up out of nowhere. I don't even. What is there to understand? You're just like doing this. I
do believe that did save your life at one point, didn't it?
I'm just saying. I don't know what you see that I don't see, but to me, it's
more of a feeling.
It's magic.
It's a connection that you have.
A feeling.
Breakspear, why don't you go check on Indigo? She's lacking behind just a little bit.
Sure, I'll go see Indigo. Don't leave without us. As I
wouldn't dare. Without my security detail, things are far too dangerous. Especially since Ricard's still out there.
Yes, he is very dangerous. As we've seen.
Annoyingly so.
He does seem to pop up at the most obnoxious times, doesn't he?
I feel like a splinter, in your side is always there when you least want it.
This is true. Well, I suppose it depends on if you like splinters or not. Splinter is but a little piece of a tree, isn't it? It just wants to continue growing.
Very true. But Breakspear, you do head inside, and you head up towards the dressing room of Indigo. Yeah, the door is closed currently.
I give it a knock.
You don't get a verbal response, but you get the feeling of allowance to open the door.
Of course.
Right. Should have thought about that. Kind of slide my hand in and wave before opening the door fully, closing it behind me.
She's just finishing packing up a bag, and she puts it's kind of just a little book bag kind of thing that she puts over her. And then she walks over, and she goes to walk past you, and then she stops, and we need a sidebar.
Oh. I swear.
Again?
And then you're standing there looking at Ricard. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God, no! All right, take two.
She goes to walk past you, and then she stops, and she looks at you, and she goes, and as she's signing awake, with her hands, you get the feeling of her asking the question, "Did you get my letter?"
I look at her and say, "I'm sorry, I didn't get your letter. All of our mail has been stolen, snatched. Sorry."
And she leaves the room abruptly, and you hear her go down the stairs, and with you're used to hearing her walk around, she's usually very composed. You hear that on her way down the stairs she stumbles a second before regaining herself, and then continues down, and then the door opens and shuts loudly.
It's probably what Ricard was after.
And let's rejoin the party.
Follow behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's rejoin the party.
Follow after her.
Yeah. Oh, good. We're all here. We can head to our first destination. It's a hospital. So We'll see some of the weary, the tired, and those that are fighting the real fight for their lives. Anyway, let's go. And like the whole like little group of security and the Thespians heads off to the hospital. As you get there, it is a whole scene of like it's quite difficult to like make sure that proper security is like maintained and distances and things like that, but a lot of it is children and things like that. And again, you do have extra help with the security, as like they're signing autographs, they're they're singing little songs and doing dances for like the children and things like that. While all of this is happening, Jin, you feel a hand, clasp around your shoulder, like that, like in a very like that kind of thing. And Okram's standing next to you, and he's like, Jin, isn't it just so wonderful seeing all their smiling faces? They struggle so much, and to have this moment of joy, I'm so glad that we can bring this to them. Aren't you?
Yeah, it's true. They need all the joy they can get in these kind of times.
Oh, here, there's one more I need to sign just down this hallway. Would you mind accompanying me?
Sure.
And the whole way he walks down the hallway, he's just got his arm like over your shoulder. And then he steps into the room at the end of the hall. And he goes, a champion that's struggling. Try to keep a brave face here, Jin. It's a good rallying cry for the injured.
Not like this.
Oh, stop it.
And you enter the hospital room of Roscoe.
Oh
no!
Oh, that is ruthless.
Oh,
that is ruthless.
No way.
He looks like
And
shit.
he's laying there, and you can tell he's awake. But he's just laying there. And his eyes move, but his head doesn't. As he looks at you as you enter the room. And he's like... and Ogrim's like, no. Save your strength. You're going to recover, you know that. Trust me. All of these injuries will be behind you. And he's like signing like different casts and like papers and things like that. You're a brave champion. You fought so well, so strongly. I'm sure you'll make a full recovery. After all, this is Ambervale. It's a place of warriors and tenacity, and if anyone was going to know how to mend a broken body, it's surely going to be them. All you have to do is stay strong. One day you will be a champion. Best recovery, friend. Best recovery. And he walks over to you, Jen, and he kind of like brushes off your shoulders a little bit and like clasps like your shoulders on either side, and he goes, "Oh, I feel so bad for him. They say he's never going to be a hero. He might not even walk. What a shame. What a shame."
Oh,
Anyway, friend, and he like puts his arm back around you and like exits the room. And as you're leaving, you just hear this like.
Well, before he done walks me out of the room, I'm gonna go back and
Okram like stops and turns.
Yeah, I just want to kneel down next to the bed, next to Roscoe.
He don't want to hear from you. You might as well hit him with a car.
Roscoe,
Make sure.
I don't ask for your forgiveness. There's no words for what happened.
Look at Adam's face.
There's nothing I can say to explain. But know that I will carry with me for the rest of my life shame for what happened in the arena that day.
And he's just staring at you, and you can tell with a massive amount of effort, he goes and turns his head slightly to not look at you.
Oof.
And with that, it's time to leave.
And as you walk through the doorway, Okram shoulders up on you. It's okay, friend. Don't worry. I mean, you had to. He didn't yield. And you walk back down the hallway to all the other Thespians and all of that. As that is going on, the party begins to kind of split up, where it's going to be Hedera, Breakspear, Jin, and Indigo going to a little signing kind of area, and at this point, Aegis and Neophytos have shown up, and they're all taking the rest of the Thespians to a little King's Gala thing. But we have another party member to check in on. So let's check in on Orlenna.
Yeah.
And then we're going to immediately, first off, we're going to take a little look-see here at the Church of Wanting as you arrive there. It is interesting. Is the word that strikes you as you approach it. It feels both incredibly religious and this site of holy intrigue, and yet devoid of all substance that you would expect from such a large church and chapel. It both feels cluttered and empty. It feels safe, but cold. And as you enter in through its front doors, a man in a simple gray robe looks over at you and goes, You're here for the confessionals, child. I
am.
believe you'll know where they are. And as he says that, you just go, I do know where they are. But you battle this thought of you've never been here, but you already could tell where the brooms are kept, where the closets are, where the spare rooms are, where the entrance into its basement is, where all of these these rooms are in a building that you've never been before. And the man looks at you and goes, May your one guide you. And then nods and kind of goes back to greeting other people as they walk in. You find that some people, sit in the pews and they're muttering to themselves, prayers, or some are simple lists of things, well wishes. It's all, everything that you hear is what people are wanting for. As you continue through its halls, again, you're almost mesmerized by the juxtaposition of everything, with the warmth of the stained glass and the glow of a hallway, to just the barren stone cobbled nature of the building, until you finally arrive at the confessionals.
Okay. Am I back there alone, or is there anyone else around me?
There are other people, but it's very quiet. It's everyone's very much keeping to themselves here.
Okay.
There are 6 confessionals.
Okay. So, I'm going to go to the first confessional.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go inside. Just go to the first confessional. I guess give it a look. And then go to the third. So 2 down to the third confessional.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go inside.
As you step in front of the third one, its door silently opens.
That's slightly creepy, but I'm gonna go inside. I have to go inside.
As you go in, you reach for the door, and you find that it's already closing, like behind you, and the door shuts with more of a slip of air rather than like a connection of like hard material. It's this like as the door closes. Inside this confessional, it's just a little chillier than the outside room, but cozy. And there's a plush red velvet seat next to the kind of like woven wood and metal of the divider.
All right, well, I guess I'll sit. This whole thing
A voice speaks out as you're like approaching the chair. You don't have to sit if you don't. After all, everything here is about wanting.
Huh. So, I guess I don't necessarily have to sit, but since I know someone's listening, I guess I'm looking at him and I'm going to say, I am wanting. I don't know what I want, but my want is extreme.
I find that simple conversation can liberate the mind from its needs and from its wants. And then, in that moment, we are always found wanting or satisfied. So, my child, are you wanting or are you satisfied?
I am wanting.
And what is it that you want for?
It's difficult because I want many things.
What comes to mind first, my child?
I want an herb.
What type of herb?
I want an herb that I can use that will make me powerful enough, strong enough to avenge the death of my parents.
An herb to fight death?
Not to fight death, but to make me powerful enough to avenge their death.
My child, I do not misspeak. Your want is plain and your want is simple. You are bound by your own vision of what these things are. I am not. Do you want me to acquire this herb, or do you just need the information?
I need...
There is no need. There is only want.
I want you to acquire it.
This herb, it is not normal. For a want to be fulfilled, another want must be granted. Are you willing to fulfill the want of another for your want to be sated?
I am.
Good. On the underside of the confessional, this little slip of paper slides through. This is the contract of wanting. It is divine in our order. All you need do is sign the name of you or those who might help you in your want. And he, a pen kind of from the divider, slots itself out.
Those who might help me?
You do not come alone. Not in spirit. I see 3 others.
Okay.
They will help you in this, no?
They will.
Jesus, whoever it is right now.
Then all you need do is sign you and your fellowship's names, and they will be bound.
The fellowship.
Oh.
Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna write their names down. Because I know how
Wonderful.
to write. I know how to spell.
Not gonna read the contract first.
The contract comes back in.
Didn't read it. You didn't read it.
You will find that in a short time, you will know the want that is required for you. When it is done, your want shall be fulfilled.
What do I do about my other wants?
Speak them.
But do my other wants also require me to fulfill additional wants?
It is always want for want.
Okay. Well, I want to know if my companions and myself, if we can trust the person we know as Ricard.
The snake of many names.
Snake of many names.
Are you willing to trade another want for want? And another contract slides out.
Read it this time.
Look, I didn't read it the first time because I don't care what I have to do to get that herb, ma'am.
But you signed us up
And the
for it
pen-
too.
That's what I'm saying. You signed us
Slots out
up.
again.
Because I'm going to do what I need to do. Okay, so I guess I'm going to take the pen.
Unethical.
I'll look over it this time. Because this time...
As you read over the contract is simply something that reads in paragraphs of it, but it is all about how it is want for want, task for task, goal for goal. Upon completion of a task, the other task shall only be completed. It's all just vague verbiage in this semi-divine script about what we want for. There is no specific
detail.
writings
It's
on any of it.
It's like eye for an eye type shit. Okay.
Very
well.
vague, like all religious texts are.
Indeed. Okay, well, they all want to know, so I guess I'll write their names again. Like, here we go. This is why they wanted me to come.
And it, again, slides back in. The pen slots back into the wall. Do we feel that our wants for now are fulfilled?
Almost.
What else do you want for her, my child?
I want... Doesn't matter if it's something that I want for someone else.
Speak your want clearly.
There's so many things. It's just, I don't want to keep signing my life away, but there's so many things. Okay. I feel like for everything I do for myself, I have to do for someone else. Just that's how I want for my friend Breakspear to I want to be able to provide my friend Breakspear with information about where he comes from. Like, where his ancestors are from. Just who he is.
Draculin wishes to know his heraldry.
He does.
And
I
again,
want to help him.
the contracts comes out, and the pen comes
How
out
many
from the
pieces
wall.
you just have on like hand?
Watch one of these be. We gotta assassinate somebody.
People,
Somebody else's want. I want to
people
kill
are
that
always
guy.
people are always wanting for something. Okay.
Like I want you to kill that guy. That's what I want.
I want a firm
And this,
handshake.
and this one looks the same as the other. I assume. All right, here we go again. We're gonna be busy. I'm gonna write their names down. 'Cause
Stop signing us up for things.
I will not. I'm on a mission.
And again, the contract comes back in, and the pen back into the gate.
Rude.
Okay.
Speak your thoughts, child.
I do hope I'm not asking too much, but I have one more thing.
Oh, God.
I don't care, y'all.
Girl. It's like that woman that wouldn't stop asking questions.
Hey, I'm helping everyone. If Orlenna knew about your bird, I would have helped you out. But see, here we are. I don't know nothing about the bird.
I don't think anyone knows about the bird.
We don't.
We don't talk about him. We're not talking about my bird.
I want to find out who it was that murdered my parents.
Your first want will answer your fourth want. I will not charge for something that can be answered.
The first want. Okay. Thank you for that. With that, I believe I am satisfied for now.
The door and opens itself. May your wants be fulfilled.
Okay, I'm gonna step out.
And as you step out and you're kind of like heading out, you notice a very heavily tattooed individual stop at the first confessional and then walk over to the third.
Do I recognize him?
You do not recognize him, but he does seem to fit the description that was given by Dawn and Russ.
Of the big guy.
This is the person you see in front of you.
And Christian Bale looking dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Christian Bale crossed with someone else.
Right.
Christ.
That's heavily tattooed. Okay, sure.
Yes, that is heavily tattooed.
Yeah, like what?
Okay.
Can I
stop
along
him
his
before he goes
along
in?
his back is nothing but names.
It's not correct.
Why is he shirtless in a church?
Because he
what he
Why
wants
aren't
to
you
be.
shirtless?
Guess he wants to be. Can I stop him before he goes inside? I'm just saying. I'm
Cinematic
gonna try to stop him before he goes inside if I can.
Sure. So what do you do?
Am I still standing in front of the door, or did I walk away?
You didn't you're not in front of the door.
'Cause I
When
don't-
you saw what he was doing, you had started to walk away, but you could easily step in front of him.
Yeah, I'm
you
I
would
feel
walk
like I
past
wanna-
each other.
I feel like I want to step in his way, put
Mhm.
myself in between him and the confessional, so he has to talk to me.
He stops. What are you doing?
I just have a question.
Yeah.
Did you used to work? Were you part of the Thespian security detail before?
Not by choice.
You don't like them? Did something happen?
I don't really like any job. Just like getting
Okay.
paid.
Okay, that's fair. I can understand that. I'm just trying to find out what happened to you guys.
Dawn's kind of an asshole. His buddy. Oh my god, get a life. Those two. Then Boomy. Oh my goodness.
But weren't you? What about Russ?
Yeah, what about him? It's just Dawn's lackey.
Okay. So, what made you try to get a job in security then?
Well, for a while, paid well. Did a couple of missions with those guys, some quests, if you will. While there was gold, I didn't mind. The stagnating, the standing around, babysitting. And there's constantly these odd errands that just left us in side streets and stuff. I couldn't handle it.
Odd errands like what?
Just I don't know, we babysit someone's sister or some shit, and she just talked so, oh my god.
Did she talk really fast too?
I mean, it just sounded like noise after a while. Kind of stopped listening.
Okay. So you didn't like anything about the job, I see. You said someone's sister. Was that the only time they had you do that?
I mean, I guess there was other stuff, but I mean, it's all just going and picking up mannequins or costumes and shit. I'm there's help for this. It's not my job. Get out of this city. War legacy city, and I'm sitting here doing boring work that a child could do. Ain't worth my time.
Pick up the mannequins from where?
No, just different, bardic workshops or something. I don't know. I'm sure there's a report on all this stuff.
Where did you had to file reports at the end of your shifts?
Yeah, all the time. Gave them to some guy, I don't know. Guess he was in charge of us or something, but
I guess you don't remember his name, huh?
no. He's some pencil pusher. Who cares about him?
Do you remember what he looks like by any chance?
Manager.
I don't know, some kind of weaselly guy. I don't know.
Did he seem very pleasant all the time?
I don't care what he seemed like. What?
It's just a question. Just a question.
All I know is every time he talked, I heard, "I'm wasting my time." Can I get back to what I'm doing, by the way? I mean, I want to get back to what I'm doing.
And I just want to talk to you for one more minute. Other than babysitting and collecting mannequins, did they have you do anything else that seemed strange?
I guess one time we were supposed to go to some bar or some shit, like, and then all of a sudden we got some other thing to do, like out of nowhere. It felt so dumb. And the next thing I know, we're just on the other side of the city, freaking babysitting that brat. Just, oh my god, she just, ugh.
The same girl?
Yeah, little chatterbox or whatever.
Was she alone?
I mean, no, we were there. Or do you mean like it was just her?
It was just her? Okay. It was just you guys and her. Okay.
Yeah.
Who sent you to her as opposed to the bar?
It's probably the same pencil pusher. I don't know. Don talked to all those people. He knew if I had to listen to him, I'd punch him.
Okay.
Bill, I told you.
Did he? I have one more question and then I'll let you go. Did the pencil pusher carry a bag with him? Do you remember?
Let's get a miscellaneous dice roll to see if he remembers.
Miscellaneous 1.
Oh, wow. You don't remember nothing.
Why in the world would I remember what some dork carried around on him? Wasn't a hero. Wasn't even an adventurer.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I had to ask. You couldn't remember anything about the girl, but I figured I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, well...
I don't know if I have to start over. Ugh. And he, like, walks back to the first one and, like, stares at it for a second and then walks back over to the third.
Did she have purple hair? He's tired.
I don't know. It was, like, violet or something. And he walks into the booth.
All right. Do I see anyone, before I attempt to leave, do I see anyone else around me that looks familiar?
No.
Remotely familiar at this point. Okay.
But you do know that you are running short on time.
Yeah,
because you do still need to be at the safe house for the final like check-in.
Yeah, I'm starting making my way towards the front so I can leave.
You're making your way downtown, walking fast. So let's check in with the rest of the party. So, for the rest of you, the final like interactions with Indigo, as far as her whole little signing thing, are all done really easy. It's one of you stands next to her the whole time, though she does request that Breakspear is not the person standing next to her. She does all the signings and things like that, and she is. I mean, it's hard to put it into words, but she feels short with everyone. Like her requests aren't as like lengthy or as polite feeling. It's more like, I want go. Let's leave. No, not him. You. And everything's very abrupt and sharp rather than her more normal, softer self. As the three of you wrap up the event, the only thing left is the final security call and check, which is basically you've done it before. But it's just you go to the house, you do a little sweep of the house, and then you await for the rest of the Thespians to get back, because once all the Thespians are in one spot with their like the guards and things like that that hang out around that area in general, they are considered safe and taken care of. So you head on back to the house, and you begin doing your little security check. Orlenna, you were able to meet up with the party. And as you get in there, the second that you guys do your little upstairs sweep, Indigo is immediately like upstairs, and then her door closes. And then
I'd like to go and knock on her door.
As you go, like you like start to go like up the stairs, you hear, actually, why don't you hang out here for a second, Breakspear?
I turn back and see who spoke.
Lighting a fire in like the little, like the main little dining room, like living room kind of area, is Okram, and he's lighting a log. Why don't you come back in here?
That hair,
in fact,
luxurious hair.
I'd love to talk to all of you, really.
He conditions it with blood.
I mean, after all, we're all friends, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that as a friend, he was going to go check on Indigo and make sure she was okay.
Oh, I'm
She's
sure
been off all night.
It's been a long day. Just give her a second, let her change. She can do that in peace, don't you think, Breakspear?
If you don't mind, Okram, I think I might just check in on her real quick. I'll be right back. I won't be gone long.
I'm afraid I do mind. There's something I think the five of us need to talk about.
I should have asked about this fucker when I was there. Bitch. Shit.
Just
Damn.
the five of us? And not including the other Thespians?
They trust me to
This
speak
isn't
for them.
security,
You know
lady.
I have their... What?
I presume that it can't be security related if they're being kept out of it.
Oh, it is security related, and they trust me to speak for them. They always have. They probably always will. So I insist. Please, Breakspear. Take a seat. And one of the chairs, like, scoots and, like, positions itself, like, towards you a little bit.
I don't like that.
In fact,
I'll walk
let's
over
all
to the...
take a seat. And chairs present themselves to everyone.
I'm going to go over...
What if I prefer to stand?
Breakspear would go over and stand by it and wait for him to sit down first.
Okram does sit down, and immediately he crosses his leg, puts both of his hands up on his knee. And of course, Hedera, you're welcome to stand. It was merely a gesture. You all have been on your feet all day. Except for maybe Orlenna. After all, you got to take most of the day off today. I hope it was pleasant.
It was.
So glad to hear.
I don't mind being on my feet. Trees don't really ever get to sit, now do they?
Fair point. See, just another, moment where we can dialogue about, our magics and how they differ. I wouldn't have even thought of it like that. But
Sit in the chair.
I will say I'm a touch concerned with, the security. It's feels like there's a bit of a rift between us. And you all seem a little tightly wound today, and I just would hate the idea of something coming between us.
No, No, it's nothing like that. It's just now
It's
that
just the tension
festivals
with the mail
began,
being stolen.
the mail got stolen, and now that the festivals actually began, we actually have to get to work, and we're just taking work a little serious. Because, I mean, it's our job. It's an important job.
And we're still worried about Ricard, and since nobody's been able to see him since the beginning ceremony, we're all just a little...
He does tend to pop up. We're all on edge, waiting for him to show up. As you said, he does. Things do tend to pop up when you don't want them to.
He like stands from his chair and like without taking a step like slides forward towards like Jin and Breakspear. The two of you, that arena bout, that must have been something exhilarating, but I'm sure terrifying. And he like places like a hand on your forearms.
The thing that was truly terrifying was the magic. So unpredictable, so wild. It felt as if it could be as calm as a cat in one moment and as vicious as a tiger the next.
Kind of say that as I slightly kind of like move his hand off my forearm.
He's like, I'm pulling my arm back.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I make you uncomfortable, Breakspear? Did my actions affect your mood?
No,
and he's like looking at you like very directly. I would hate
Not
for
at
something
all.
that I do to cause you panic or dismay.
Not at all.
And
I don't like
you guys you all get the feeling of being threatened. It's just so crazy, you know. I mean, I myself am shooken up. We lost a security team. If it wasn't for you all and the brave actions of Jin fighting someone from his past, if I'm not mistaken, Jin, right?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, I've never in the past directly interacted with Ricard before, but I've heard of him.
You've been his backup. You've been his in his shadow. He's got the best of you a few times now, I believe. You know, those type of failures, those type of setbacks, they have to get you a little angry, don't you think?
I mean, not so angry right now. This has been the worst 2 weeks of my life thus far.
What has happened?
But I will prevail in the end, he says with little energy.
I would hate for any of you to be so dissuaded by a few actions or a few words that you do anything hasty. And again, the feeling of being threatened like amplifies.
Now, why would you think we would do anything against you or anything hasty? We are just simply doing our jobs.
Against me? No, of course not. We're all friends.
Of course. Right? But so why is with all this suggestion?
Don't you think we're friends?
We're friends. No worries.
What is with
always
all of
friends?
These suggestiveness, all these
Suggestive questions.
Strange little, these strange little hypotheticals. Nothing
Perhaps
has
it's the
changed
king's wine.
From once we took on the job, the stress of the festival has caused a little extra tension. That is all.
Can I read this man's body language? Can I try that?
You can attempt it. Yeah. It's cinematic epic. You're always welcome to try. Let's see a dice roll.
Try to read the trained actor's body language as he's talking to us. Yep, that's what I
Yeah.
expected.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
The thing you would notice is like you're not able to like see through it necessarily or anything like that, but it's very clear that everything that he's doing, you would be surprised if everything he was doing isn't hyper calculated. Every finger twitch, every shoulder roll, every glance, every head like everything he's doing just feels like how you would go through like a martial form, like in practice in the morning kind of thing.
First,
I want
say in my
to
head.
attempt to read his aura.
Yeah, let's see another dice roll.
I mean, might as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep,
bitch is
not very
worst.
good. All right. Cool.
Great. As you read his aura,
That's
you do
good.
see that it is like elevated from what like he normally looks like. Like he's clearly like worked up.
Mm.
I guess I just, you would tell me if you guys were ever in danger, right?
Of course. But what would
We're
that? Why would we
here-
do that?
We're here to
You
keep
ever
you out of
Concern
danger.
you. Why would we concern you with that? And like, we are here as your security. We wouldn't want
This is
to
very true.
worry you with such trivial things. And what
I-
isn't that danger part of our job?
I would, of course, worry about my friends, though.
Of course, but the danger is part of our job. Keeping you safe comes with danger, doesn't it?
I'll be honest. I think it's part of our. I believe it's part of our contract that we're not to really bother you with those kind of details. You're supposed to be focusing on your performance at the festivals. More important that you perform well on the world stage than it is that we are bothering
We take
you
care
with
of
what we're
everything
talking
else.
I would.
So
I
that
would.
you
Sure.
can be carefree and
I
focus
would
on
quickly tear
on your
that
craft.
contract up if it meant that you could be honest with me. I would hate to know that, for instance, that you were attacked on the streets and you felt that you couldn't tell me about it. I would almost feel betrayed. And a heavy feeling of like betrayal like enters the room as you that like creeps across you.
I mean,
Why
I
do you
would.
feel
I
as if
would.
we would lie to you?
I don't know.
I
Why
would
would
in the
you?
street.
We have no need. But again,
If there was anything
our
that you
job-
needed to worry about, we would let you know.
exactly. Anything that you should be concerned of,
I
we would tell you.
hear the whisperings of fangirls, Breakspear. They said you had your mail stolen by a child. And
Dare
you
I
went
say
into an
it?
alleyway. But no one saw you come out. What happened?
He
Buddy.
is very small.
You see, when I first came to town, and I think you might enjoy this little story. When I first came to town and started looking into the thing that would actually lead me to becoming part of your bodyguard routine, I had a small run-in with some street rats. Well, their numbers were a little bit much for me at the time. So the day was spent a little bit, well, sometimes you have to make certain that the youth gets looked in on every once in a while.
Sure. You wouldn't be telling me a partial truth there, would you, Breakspear? I really feel like
Only
something
the
like
parts.
that might break my heart. Something like that might just kill me.
Oh, you big old softy. Come here.
And I give him a hug.
Oh.
Sidebar with Breakspear.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh.
And he hugs you. And you can hear him still like laughing, but you hear him whisper like in your ear, and he doesn't break this boisterous laugh like that the rest of the party hears. And he goes, "Listen, you little lizard. I know you saw Ricard in that alleyway."
I whispered to him back. I did. He was there. But there's nothing to worry about.
Of course there's
Unless, of course, you have something you want to tell me.
Well, it's either going to be that you know things, or you're working alone, and your friends don't. And he pulls himself back. And we can rejoin the party.
Rejoin the party? Got it.
Of course. As he does say the line, "It could kill me," though, you do get this overwhelming feeling of death. This chill, this feeling. And in this moment, you realize these feelings you've been feeling aren't yours.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a glass break on the second floor, roughly up where Indigo's room would be. Okram. What? Breakspear, maybe you should go check on her.
Go check on your boo.
Breakspear kind of...
Yeah, I'll be right back.
He goes up to check on Indigo.
Yes.
Go with him.
Yes, do it.
Going.
I'll go. You stay. I'll go.
I'm going.
Okay. I'm sorry. Who's going? Who's staying?
I'm gonna go
Who's
with
going?
Breakspear up the stairs.
So Orlenna and Breakspear are going upstairs. Jin and Hedera are staying downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. As you open the door to her room is a mess, and she is like in a small little wall crater, like packed it in, blood running from her mouth, gaping wound like in her chest, and you see a silhouette like drop down from the window.
Oh hell! All right. Well,
look, get her one of the muffins that you got.
I'm gonna go. I don't have any muffins, bruh. My muffins didn't make it this time. You gotta go call them. I'm gonna look out the window to see if I can see them running away, so I can try to shoot at them, whoever they are, because they did something wrong, clearly.
So, Orlenna, you're rushing over to the window. Breakspear, you are
going to the top of the steps to yell down,
Hedera, get up here!
On my way. Up I go.
Orlenna, as you get to the window, you see like two roofs over. Ricard turns back and looks at you.
Bruh.
And then fades out of sight. And Hedera, you make it upstairs to the room.
What has happened? What happened?
The room is a mess. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I point to... Breakspear points to where Indigo is and says, she needs your healing magic now. Orlenna's out of muffins.
All right. I go over and pull out one of my health potions.
You look at her, like it's you before you even use like aura sight or anything like that, you can tell you're like, oh, she's way past any sort of healing.
Oh,
she's well on to the other side.
Can we tell what happened to her?
The only thing that you can see is that around her like wound in her chest, small little flickers of black lightning go.
I guess I'm just gonna come up there too. Because I'm just standing downstairs looking at Okram, just like,
You got that creepy look.
Jin. So Jin, you make it up there, and as you like into the room, and you look over and you see Indigo, and you see that lightning arcing off of her chest, you're immediately taken back to that final moment where Hedera intervened in the arena, as Ricard was flying at you with his fist, arcing black lightning.
He knows.
that's Ricard's move right there. I'm just pointing.
Are you? I.
Anything?
No! As Okram like rushes into the room and like grabs Indigo. No.
I would like to roll to read this man's body posture once again.
Sure, of course.
I would like to suss this out. I am suspicious. I cannot see.
Jeez.
I can't see.
I want to do it too. Check
Just
it
cut it
out.
out.
Let's get another one.
See if it's sincere.
It's like, wow, he's so sad. That's pretty good.
Okay, maybe. Not often.
So, all the physiological signs for you, Jin, like seem like genuine. They seem like a real change. And Hedera, with your aura sight, the big thing you notice is that like the sharpness of how he looked downstairs, it's all softened. He's this deep somber color, and that like edge is like completely gone.
So it was unexpected.
It's genuine.
Well.
Slowly throughout the night, or not slowly throughout the, or rephrase. Shortly after, the guards make it into the room. The other Thespians come home. Each of them has their moment of grieving, and they all sit around the fireside as Indigo is moved out from the house. The whole night takes a much more somber tone, as finally, well into the wee morning hours, Aegis and Neophytos arrive to relieve the four of you so that you can take your rest and prepare for the days to come. And that there is our session.
Ah!
Oh.
All right.
Can we get a moment at the house? Can we
Huh?
get the moment at the house? I want to try. Is it
Ah,
possible for us to have like a?
Not today,
No.
I guess. Ah!
not today. Not today.
Better write down some notes real quick about what you wanted to talk about.
The only other note to cover is that as you all do arrive back at the house in this wee hour of the morning, all of you just completely exhausted, sitting on the stoop is a small boy, and he has a large bag with him. And he, when he first sees you all, he perks up and he's super excited, and he like, goes to be like, "Oh, Breakspear!" and then sees the exhausted and sad and morbid faces of the party, and he quiets down and goes, I found your guys' letters. I just wanted you to have them.
Breakspear puts his hands on the kid's shoulder, which I'm guessing is probably like straight on eye level with how everybody's been making this joke so far. And just kind of, thanks, kid. It's just been. Even heroes have tough days.
I won't keep you then. Have a good night. And the kid like scampers off. And
Hey, kid.
with that, huh?
I flick the kid a coin. A gold coin.
Oh, thank you, Breakspear. And he trots off again. And that is our session close.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
My paranoia was proven to be correct and accurate, I believe.
But we won't
Everyone
keep,
is evil. Everyone.
We won't keep everyone here, but we will let you know that the 18th will be the continuation of the story, and things are going to be heating up, it feels like, as more and more intrigue is mounting on up. So, until we see you again, have a great time, and thank you so much for hanging out with us and enjoying our story. Have a great night. Goodbye!
Bye! Have a nice night, everybody.
Good night. Still waiting.